welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are...
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage. Tom Gazzola, Lt.Eric with you. YouTube Trev's going to slide in for a little bit, and we're going to be joined by NHL.com's Derek Van Diest when he makes it down to our global HQ. Of course, the Hangout presented by our good friends over at Sentinel Storage. Canadian, good people, and proud to partner with us here at Edmonton Sports Talk. Okay. Lots to discuss. You could text us 780-218-9999. You could jump into the nasty chat as well. A lot of fallout from yesterday, and the Oilers getting their asses kicked by the Buffalo Sabres. YouTube Trev, I feel like, has a lot more to say about it, and he will.
Chat's bumping.
Is he?
Oh, chat's bumping.
The chat's bumping. Okay. Well, he's bumping too. So, Awanik off today. I thought he was back, but he's got an extra day. He works hard. He probably had a great time in Winnipeg.
Yeah, and I mean, he didn't get out there like
Friday.
Dusty left. Yeah, so he gets
Dusty had 2 extra days there.
Yeah, Matt Iwanek doesn't like Grey Cup week. He likes the week following it. That's when the part, he likes the cleanup and the planning for next year. Yeah.
Matty loves the afterglow of Grey Cup.
Exactly.
Right.
That's where he comes to shine. Yeah. He'll be like, the bars are quieter, like everything, you can get a table.
He saddles up to the wood and goes, "I'll have a coffee, please."
Yeah. Talking about the weekend. Yeah, that's where he...
Some kind of novel of some sort. Anyway, Matty's back tomorrow, but we're going to have some fun. On today's show, please join the conversation. Like Rick last night, and I know you guys were talking about, I was listening on my way in, and Wyshynski was hilarious as always. But last night, I think we did about an hour and 15 on the post-game show, and there was a lot of anger.
Must have been measured. Hey?
Nope. I know you're being facetious.
Yes.
But, and I think you hit on it on the drive-in on the Nielsen show a little bit. Wyshynski talked about the situation with Toronto and the comparables between
you
what's
could have
going on
subbed out Leafs and Oilers and you wouldn't know which one.
I thought the exact same thing. And then the thing that stood out to me, and it kind of followed up from last night on the postgame, was people are like, they want Knobloch's head. And the logistics of it is not easy. And then I had to remind everyone, and Benny and I were talking about it, the mushy middle is huge in the NHL, in the Western Conference, in the Eastern Conference. You guys are talking about how tight the East is. The West is pretty tight too.
The mushy middle, when you look at, but it depends where you're looking. Are you looking at points? Yes.
Yeah.
Are you looking at the teams above you? The teams around? Yes. The Golden Knights. But then people will say, well, look at the winning percentage. Which is sub 500. The points percentage,
Absolutely.
Which is where it's at.
Sure.
All those things. The winning games. I mean, how many regulation wins is it that they have? Is it
their row
a
is like 4.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
So when you look at those numbers, then you can say, oh, and you maybe sweat a bit more. And I think
Rightly
also,
so.
Looking at this team from night to night, they're just not exciting. They're not playing a brand of hockey where you would say, okay, they'll be okay. We've seen the starts the past couple years, and the slow starts, whatever. But you've also known that something's there, I think, at the end of the day. Whereas I think with this and the way the roster is constructed, and again, coaching Knobloch, he's the figurehead. He wears it. He's the guy with the title. But I think the assistants that were lost too, as YouTube Trev comes in here.
I forgot that.
Oh, welcome. I see you poured yourself a fresh orange or apple juice.
Yes,
It's
very
bubbly.
nice apple juice.
fizzy.
It's got some bubbles in it. It's kind of weird.
Very good. It makes you
tasty.
feel good too, doesn't it?
Yes, it feels very good.
Okay,
It's
so-
for my soul.
Yeah, very good for your
I like
soul.
this. I need it right now.
Are you basking in the afterglow of Grey Cup 112 as well? Like
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
You mean, am I recovering? Is that what you mean?
I'm kind of teasing you. It's all good.
Yeah, no, man, it was fun. What a great day. I had a lot of fun. I spent it by myself, and which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And it was a good game, man.
Okay, good.
Wait, will that be considered a classic in 10, 20 years, as a newcomer to the CFL and as far as watching games, will that one be a classic from Winnipeg 112 Grey Cup?
It was a good game. It was entertaining. I think the defining moment is going to be that fumble.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Right?
But
Rick what would you say? Because I mean, you're
that was Sunday. We got the Oilers and the Sabres.
No, you stop with that right now.
Come
Stop
on,
with that.
the
I
topic
hate
of the
that. I
day
hate that
is-
so much.
Well, we're done with the
Well,
we're not.
I brought it up.
NFL,
We are not done with that.
NHL.
No,
Anyway.
come on, man.
You guys had the hangout yesterday, and
Yeah, we did.
recapping
How do you
the-
know what it's
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
Put the bow on the Grey Cup. As
We did put a nice. Bow on it.
Iwanek's putting the bow on in Winnipeg.
Yeah, he
today.
is. What a town. Actually, it looked like it was a great time, to be honest with you. So I don't know. Okay, I'll speak for this group when I say no, probably not a classic, but like a good one.
Yeah,
Right? And
fair
then
enough.
it'll have that defining moment, which was the fumble. Anyway, so we were talking about, before we hopped in here, we were talking about how yesterday on the postgame show, Chris Knobloch's name came up a lot. And I didn't.
And Pete DeBoer's came up a couple of
Wow.
times this morning. Huh?
Pete DeVore's available.
Hey,
Now, listen, I talked about it. I addressed it. I said, guys, the logically, it would be very hard to fire Chris Knobloch right now because he just signed an extension. He's gotten 2 Stanley Cup Finals in the 2 years that he's coached as an NHL head coach.
he's McDavid's guy for crying out
Well,
loud.
yeah, I mean, it was
Does he
such a
fire
long time
him?
in the right.
It would be McDavid say, "You're fired."
Step into my
Dad.
office. Yeah,
You're
come to my
fired,
stall here.
Somebody made the joke the other day to me. They're like, meet the new GM of the Edmonton Oilers in a couple of years, Brian McDavid. I was like, oh, stop. Please stop. Don't say
And
that.
associate GM Cam McDavid.
Yeah. Jeez. I don't think that's realistic. But, but when you hear Knobloch and fans, being very upset with him, how do you react?
Yeah, like I can see it to an extent. Depends. Like, what are you mad at? Are you mad at his lack of holding people accountable?
fair.
The discipline. Is it being mad at his lack of his nonchalantness? And you want to see a little bit more. Like, I know that was a Jay Woodcroft thing. He wasn't Dave Tippett. He was a little bit more traditional, where he'd kind of give it to the players. And Knobloch isn't that, at least. In our eyes, he's not, but the Oilers plus the whatever they're doing, the behind the scenes, they're still
drop.
shooting the drop.
Yeah.
He's pretty vocal in the locker room. Like, I've seen some clips this week, like just just laying into the team, and I'm
Right.
like, good. I feel like a lot of fans don't realize that. He waits behind the doors to be that kind of coach, but he is not afraid to let the team hear it, which, hearing that, I was like, okay, brownie points for Knobloch. That makes me happy seeing that kind of thing. But the only thing I think that I am mad with maybe Knobloch is just, but we've seen it time and time again, just going to Connor and Leon.
Yeah.
And I feel like this year it's been, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, is McDavid calling the shots right now? Like, does he just look at Knobloch and say, hey, like, it's time? Like, what do you mean it's time? And we talk about this team. No, like right now, it's not a team. It's not a team, man. Like, they are not a team. It's Connor and Leon and,
Jack Rosselbeck.
and Jack Rosselbeck. Okay.
Sprinkle them.
The rest of you guys are going to watch us and have fun. And when you get called upon in 10 minutes, because that's when we're going to put you on the ice and to be expected to do like to do what? You've got frozen feet. You haven't played in 10 minutes. What do you expect them to do? So that's what my frustration is more so with Connor and Leon, especially against the Sabres. If you cannot win as a team against the Buffalo Sabres, that is pathetic. Like, that is so embarrassing. Now, the fact that you give up on the rest of the team and have to go to Connor and Leon 5 minutes in, 6 minutes in, like, that just shows where they're at right now. And it's a tough look. So, no, that's like my only gripe right now is just going to Connor and Leon like that. You're down 1-0, man. And you just go to them that quick. It's brutal. Terrible look.
Yeah, I get it. But every coach that's had those two, every coach that will have those two, however much longer they play together, that's going to be the default. Go back.
Yes, man. The default.
Fallback plan,
But
whatever you want to call it. That's what it will be always.
But that quick against the
I
Buffalo
know.
Sabres?
I recognize that, and I feel the same way.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here it is again. Of course they're going to be put out there together, and but maybe that just speaks to the inability from other guys to rise to the occasion when those guys need a break.
Yeah.
And that's been a big issue. Whatever is in that apple juice is really getting you going.
Yeah, man,
like
it's getting me
motivating
going.
fluid,
I get I'm fired up.
I'm
right
sorry
now.
about that. Oh, you're having a lovely morning. Now you're having an
all good.
apple
Well,
juice that he's fired up.
It's all good.
It wasn't.
But
5-1 of the Sabres.
Yeah. But like you bring up those other guys not living up to, the moment or really not stepping up. It's like, well, those guys last year were the Connor Browns, were the Corey Perrys, were the Victor Arvidssons, were the Jeff Skinners. And you look at where they are now and what their role is on these teams that are like, okay, line 1, you're up. Line 2, you're up. Like they have a role. They have a purpose on the team. And they go out there and it shows. Corey Perry, 40-year-old Corey Perry's on pace for like 70 points this year. Is that sustainable? Probably not. But when you're rolling out lines 1 to 4 consistently, you involve. That's obvious saying that, but you get everyone involved.
Yeah,
and that's not what this team is doing.
Shout out to Corey Perry for keeping the hope alive for the 85s.
Ken Holland's building a winner.
Corey Perry. Shout out to Kenny Holland.
Hang on a second.
Well,
that's loaded.
yeah, no, I mean,
love the love you gave the 85s there. Well
Yes,
done
absolutely.
on that. But are people actually saying Kenny Holland's building a winner? Because
No.
a few days ago,
well, I know.
LA wasn't.
I just say that because
great.
people do. There's a lot of gripes to go around with this team right now. One of which is roster construction, and it's just funny that Holland's there. He goes and nabs Perry, and Perry's. I mean that.
And CC.
And they're close neighbors. Well, yeah, that's the thing too, and that was where we're kind of a little criticism for him. But it's just kind of funny how, whether it's management, players, or whomever, coaches even, you leave here, and it's like immediately you're seeing like immediate payoff.
Yeah, but nobody has brought up the new goalie coach as a scapegoat just yet. But
Yeah.
Well, and here's another thing: is like yesterday there were some texts and they said bring back Cam Talbot. I was like, wow.
I started seeing those as well.
Yep.
I don't know.
I love Cam Talbot. I think Cam Talbot's a great guy.
As a guy, yeah, sure.
Fantastic.
He's a good family man.
He is. He's one of the few guys that actually lived in Edmonton year round.
I was at Deluxe Burger sitting next to him once. He had his kids out there. It was great. Yeah. Great dad. Yeah.
I love Talbot.
But that's where we're at. I mean, and I addressed it on the postgame show yesterday, is people going and saying, what about this? What about that? What about that? And I appreciate Oilers fans in my 18 years covering this team. They want to find solutions for this team, and they have suggestions, but it's like, and you don't want to paint every Oiler fan with the same brush and be like, oh my God, now they want this, now they want that. They just had this. But there are those that are like, yep, Cam Talbot would be great right now. Or, boy, Kelly Holland wasn't the problem here. Or now you're looking at the goaltending and it's still the same. And it's like, well, maybe it wasn't Dustin Schwartz necessarily. It's just funny how it can be that way. And at the end of the day, guys, they're right there.
I know.
Points wise.
Yeah,
Points
that's right.
percentage. Listen, I get points percentage, but I don't know how many of the players or people around the team are looking at points percentage and going, boy, our points percentage.
Well, it is
great
what
today.
gets you in. At the end of the day, it is just the points. So
exactly.
yeah.
And I think that could be a motivator. So I don't know, man. Like this team, they are boring. They don't play an exciting style of hockey.
No.
And nothing has changed. They're a quarter of the way through the season. That was
a
an
year
embarrassing loss. Unacceptable.
You've
for
said
some.
this though. I know, but like,
Yeah.
it just might be what you have to kind of. As somebody said, it would be a nice break from the liver and all that with the extender. I mean, you take a year as a fan, and then you load up again for the ones to come.
Well, we shouldn't have to be talking about that November 18th, right?
Shouldn't, but
Here we are.
here we are.
Yeah.
I think he's getting more frustrated as we continue to discuss.
Yeah, it is. It's frustrating, man, but it is to be expected. I just hope that, like it's been the same talk the last few years. They're going to figure it out. They're going to figure it out. I know a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but the conversations are starting to, I guess, whisper, are they going to figure it out this year? And you have to think they are. And if the solution, I just, for once, it would be nice, they snapped out of it last year, I guess, as well. That's why I'm hesitant to, oh, nope, Knobloch's gone. Because, they faced adversity earlier on last year, right? Mm-hmm. And they didn't have to address the coaching, which they shouldn't. So I believe that they're going to turn it around, man. But I think it all starts with, rolling lines consistently. And I'll see what happens. And it's a double-sided argument because you're like, oh, well, he goes to Connor and Leon because no one else is producing, right? And so I get that, but I don't know, man. I feel like just jumping the gun so early yesterday against the Sabres was not the best look, maybe.
Let's go into the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. It is the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage. Tom Gazzola, Lt.Eric, YouTube Trev with you. Derek Van Diest from NHL.com will be stopping by shortly. We want to hear from you. Haas getting into the inbox. Haas says the Oilers are a far worse team this year than they were last year and the year before. They do not look like a Stanley Cup contender at all. And then this text coming in out of Sask. I'm very frustrated with the app on it doesn't save all the names, by the way.
Recently, yeah. Well, yeah. No, I noticed that.
Very
it's
frustrating.
on the phones, the mobile. It doesn't save the names.
Sometimes I think it might be the Wolf because he texts in a lot from his 306, but there are others in Sask that like to text in. Yeah. Anyway, regardless, this one says, looking back, Oilers should have traded for Wedgwood last year. I think it was a 6th round pick and a prospect or something. Pickard was playing so good then, though. I get why they didn't do it. Calvin Pickard had 21 season last year.
We'll always have that season.
Yes. His best in the NHL. Took him till he was 32 years old to get there.
Kind of crazy.
A late bloomer,
20
I think, is what they call it.
Yeah, that was well said,
And the
Eric.
bloom's already off the rose.
It is actually really impressive.
People, some, not all, have described his game and performance as subpar this year, among many others.
The numbers don't lie.
They are not good.
It's not a mirage.
They are not good. But yeah, I still feel like it's too early to be like, hey, this team, and there's so much going on in the league where one team's hot for like 3 days and then they rattle off a couple of wins and then boom, they're at the top of their division standings and they lose like 3 in a row and they're at the bottom of their division standings. Like,
Okay, well, you mentioned points too. Let's play the game. Then why will things be okay? Like, let's try to play that game. Like Rip City Step says it's Olympics. You can argue the schedule at the start. They've gone on these 2 long roads. Like I'm just playing. I'm just playing a bit of I don't know if it's full devil's advocate, but if you want to take the opposite side to this, why might things this season be okay? What can you? I mean,
I would start with this. There's just this, I think, blind faith or feeling that just because they've done it the last couple of years and they have those 2 that can get them, they could just turn it on, and because they've done it.
We've seen it. Yeah.
Those 2, Draisaitl and McDavid flip on the switch. They get a few guys on board with them, whether it's Hyman, who's back now, Roslovic, who's been a nice addition, obviously, when Nugent Hopkins gets back from his injury. Like, you get enough drivers, and they end up putting it together. The concern to me, and I should have brought this up earlier, is they haven't won more than 2 games in a row at all this season.
Yeah.
That is not good. That, to me, is like, wow. They're not streaky at all.
Nope.
Right? They're not streaky at all.
In a good way.
Yeah. But they can't string together more than 2. They've won 2 in a row, 3 times now?
Yeah.
That's
I believe. It. Yeah. Yeah, why? Okay, what was your question? Why can they?
I mean, just play the game of why. Like, we're all going around here.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not going to. But what would lead you to believe? And it's not necessarily making excuses, but
do you think that it could get any worse? Really? Like, that's what I've been holding on to. And I know
if they lose, like outright.
And seeing, like, that's the thing. Like, I know Reed's after the 9-1 butt whooping to the Avs, he said, can it get any worse? Well, it can. He started. It can get anywhere. Like, and I know like he's not wrong, but I can't see it getting any worse. Like, I do think the solutions are in the room. You mentioned the defense, and right now I think the team defense has probably, like, is it the scoring, team defense? Like, I think those are the biggest, okay, we need to fix this more than anything. And are they, there was the Oilers have the best defense in the league, right? That article that came out.
Still blows my mind.
Yeah.
it's not aging well, is it?
No, it shouldn't have been published.
Where would you rate them? Like, middle of the pack?
That's what I said. I'm like, at best, they're adequate.
Yeah.
Right? And Cass said it last night. They still need to add another strong right shot defenseman, which is not easy to do.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Trev.
And I think, like at best middle. Well, yeah, and see, like I say when they're on, like I'd have like I think they're on. Like I think they can commit to playing good team defense. Like I think in the playoffs last year, their defense was really impressive. And it is not at that at all, like not even close. So what changed? You know, you get rid of two guys. I still can't I can't buy it. They still have the people in the room, the players. You know, take what they taught you last year and keep using it to a certain extent, right?
Nope,
I know there's new systems. I know all that. But I refuse to believe that it can get worse. I can't see it happening. So that's I do think the solutions are in the room. I will say they need it. I do think they need more grit. A lot more, man. Like they are so soft. Yeah, so I'll go with that. I think the solutions are in the room. And whatever is getting a piece, a fourth liner, a third pairing grinder, physicality is a must for this team right now, I think.
I agree. I'm with you. We're not getting it from Frederick at all. We're not getting it from
who?
The other Trent Frederick. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, him.
Mostly. Yeah.
Well, I said too earlier, it's a high ankle sprain. Those take a long time to recover from.
Someone say a break is worse.
And you can use that for 7 years, I think. Like you could really kind of stretch that excuse out and say, high ankle sprain.
If there was only a binding legal document that has him here for that long. How about that? Rick, why do you think 9, 8, and 4, which is good for 22 points, 3 back of the Ducks for first in the division, feels so desolate this year? And you see the text in the morning.
Why does it?
Yeah, why do you think it feels...
Because again, optically for this team, and I'll go again to I think, what was his name? That Bruce Kurlock on Twitter writes for
yeah, he's the
he put out he's and he said in the summer, like, I'm not so concerned about something along these lines of like players and UFAs, but the coaching. And it's not Knobloch, but it's the assistants and systems again. Perimeter, it's all perimeter shooting. The high danger chances last night.
They had minimal high danger chances.
When you're getting out high danger chance to the Buffalo Sabres. So optically, I think teams in the past when they've had these slow starts, you can say, okay, and as we pointed out, the personnel is there, but how are they being used? And what's the MO of this team going forward? And, right now, again, it's not enough grit down low. You're keeping teams are keeping them to the outside. Go easily ahead. Darnell Nurse can lead the team in shots every night. Who gives a damn? It's not going to do much, And so at this stage, whether it's breakouts out of their own end,
which have been terrible, by the way.
Yeah, and that's the thing. But if that's how you're going to build, when you get damn well better execute. If you can't execute that, well then you're screwed.
Yeah.
So right now, that's kind of again, Gulletson had a great relationship with those guys, right? They all liked him, and that was all. And again, excuses, reasons, whatever. They are doing something new. A lot of people saying, "Oh, they're trying to play this defense." Well, okay, if that's the case, it's not working. So
definitely not.
This goes back to, is it the coach's job to coach what he has, or are they not the right players to what the coach wants? I don't know. But again, I just think going to your point with the record and the points. And they're one out, whatever. But I think most fans can probably agree and see on any given night that it's different now, and it's not like a team looking to break through or get it. We've talked. Oh, this is the night where they'll get it and they'll get it. It just doesn't look like the way their game plan isn't there, and they're certainly not even ever close to executing whatever it is that they want to do. Whether it's a boring laissez style type of defensive type game, which they shouldn't be. I mean, they should be a high octane. It should be that type of thing. They're minus 12 in goal differential.
Yeah.
And again, the high danger chance thing, that was to above, like, it's
pretty,
I don't know,
pretty alarming.
It's very telling, and that's why I don't think you can look at the points and say, they'll work their way out of this, which is fine. They've stuck around, and as we said, that's the one metric getting into the playoffs that matters, not winning percentage and all that, but. I think you just see on every night that they're not really close to popping or whatever you want.
They're non-threatening. Ultimately, I mean, the stats back it up. Yeah, well, that's fair. H.E. Pennypacker getting in there says, you give up 22 high danger chances to Buffalo, and it's probably not just a goaltending issue. Well said. 5-1 to the Sabres, far worse than the 9-1 to the Avs. The Avalanche are a far superior team. Haas follows up with.
Yeah,
I think
that's fair.
They got embarrassed. I mean, last night was embarrassing too.
More so than the Avalanche one by far. Yeah,
Considering what the Buffalo Sabres
exactly.
are and have been for the last decade and a half. They're coming up on, 15 years without a playoff.
But they
Berth.
beat Carolina in overtime Saturday. Like the Floridian teams are a little banged up right now.
Yeah.
If you can still salvage this trip and come home, like you're hanging. Yeah,
Go 4-3, baby.
They're 2-2 on this trip so far.
right. So
Well.
as we do though, any given night, we swing from one to the other,
Should be
and
3-1, but yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. We do swing.
we'll be
It is what it is.
we'll be back.
That's what we do. That's what we do. Like, are you exasperated and upset while you listen to us? Because I kind of read your expression there that the more Eric and I were talking about the team.
Yeah, man,
in
it's
that
just
last
same
5
old.
minutes.
Well, yeah, like you bring up a few things there, LT. It's just there's no carryover from game to game, and there's nothing. Like after the Canes win, you'd expect them to come out and just, okay, guys, like let's keep doing what we're doing. Like that was a good win. Like I don't know what conversations are being had before the game or after the game, post game in Carolina, but man, it just there's no carryover. Like you said, 2-game win streaks is all that they've had, right? Like they just, I don't know. It's just flat, and like there's nothing to rally behind. Personally, like I remember it's either drastic changes that really just snapped this team out of it over the last few years, where they've really figured it out. Last year was just the outlier because nothing really happened, not to my knowledge. But then the year before, the coaching change, obviously, they snapped out of it. 17-game win streak,
16,
16, just
and an
insane.
8-gamer and a 5-gamer.
Yeah, like right in there, man.
Yeah.
Just super impressive. The year before that, I remember there's just this one game. It was in January, and they were kind of, fighting for a playoff spot. It was against the Kings, and it was just, I remember watching that game. It was just a rallying point. And I forgot what happened. Yes, he was still on the team, and they were playing the Kings, and Hyman ended up getting involved. There was, they were fighting.
Was that when they lost, 6-1?
Yeah, they lost, but then they went out with some fight, man, and they weren't being bullied around. They weren't being pushed around, like they were dropping the gloves, and they just seemed into it. And I was just like, and after that game, I remember I was like, man, that was a good rallying point for this team. They just completely changed their look going forward and carried it on. And there's nothing that you look at the Trent Frederick, whatever, the fight. Oh, that's good. Podkolzin, I brought that up yesterday or in yesterday's game, the fight against Peyton Krebs. He's skating to the bench like, let's go, guys. Everyone's super motivated and happy for their teammate Pods. It's just skating off, pretty, whatever. And the guys are like, yeah, nice.
Pickard gave him a
Nice,
good
yeah,
tap.
nice. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yes.
Good room guy though. That
Great
Yeah.
guy. He's a glue guy.
But it's just, how many times you have to say it? The lack of care in this team is just so not there right now. And
Okay, someone, the Coob put it in, but we ran it last night. It's the
Coob.
clip from the Sabres broadcast where
yes,
the net is
yeah.
like the Sabres. Rob
I don't know why
Ray,
they said that, really.
Rob
Like,
Ray was not wrong.
Yeah.
So Dan Dunleavy says the Oilers' net is empty. That was with 4 minutes and 17 seconds left. They pulled Stu Skinner to try to get something down 4-1, right?
Yeah.
Not surprisingly, they didn't get anything.
Nothing.
However, they did have sustained zone time, but on the perimeter, as we've outlined. And then, so Dunleavy points it out to Rob Ray, and Rob Ray goes, well, the net has been empty for most of the game, so what's the difference? Right?
Right in the nuts. Swift kick right in the nuts.
What from the Sabres commentary.
They don't
team.
get to say
Yeah.
stuff like that very often, so he saw his shot.
He
and
took it.
it.
Yeah, the old razor.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's just salt in the wound.
Like, man, out of any other team, like the Sabres broadcast saying that.
Yeah.
That's tough. Oh.
Ouch.
Yeah, that is ouch. Very much ouch.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have yet to really blame Skinner. Obviously, game 1 against the Flames, that was kind of annoying, but
Everybody's had a turn though.
that's what I said. Like, there's been the Canucks game where they were just flat out unreal. They're just all over the Canucks. Like, grade A scoring chances. And I remember like coming in the next day, I'm like, man, this is going to be a fun team to watch this year. If they can play like that. And then since that game, I've maybe seen 3 periods of that, 5, if that.
Two from the game against Utah.
Utah, yeah. And then the first period against Carolina, I guess. I don't know. So,
Well, the second period, they totally
just
went in
brutal.
the opposite direction too. But you're right.
They do have a pretty good home record.
Yep. What are they, like 5-1-2 right now?
Yeah, which is
That's
given the stature of them right now, that's a.
It's respectable.
It's respectable.
I do have it right here.
But it is. I mean, again, not making excuses. 2 big road trips. Talking about the schedule, the Olympics, all of that. I mean, you get this out of the way now, and they do love playing here more so than going out and doing trips and back-to-backs. And anybody would, but I mean, that's far from the thing that's the number one issue. I get that, but I'm just, again, the exercise of trying to find some positives in the darkness.
It can be tedious right now with this team.
Yeah, got to try.
What they can't do today is practice and work on some things because they're traveling
This
today.
is another point to all this, too.
Yeah.
It does.
On average, how much do they practice on a regular season? In a week?
Once or twice, really.
Yeah. Hey, so it's nothing.
Yeah, like in an optional skate is a few drills.
Yeah.
Sometimes knob block's not out there. And this isn't just an Oilers thing, but
Yeah.
it's schedule dependent. With a lot of these teams out east, you're depending on like building availability, practice. There's always ice that needs to be made available to the visiting team.
Yeah.
But sometimes the logistics just get in the way, and them deciding not to fly in to Washington last night and traveling today. You could travel and practice. That has happened. It was very rare. But the emphasis on practice has kind of slowly dwindled away.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Not even just for this year, but like as a whole, the last
As a
few
whole,
years.
yeah.
Who needs it?
You don't get any better practicing, do you?
I don't think so, especially when there's 2 new assistant coaches. I mean,
Yeah.
you just pick that up on the fly.
Just watch video.
Yeah. Extended preseason. That's what we're in.
Oh, 21 games in. Text us 780-218-9999. Get to the nasty chat. It is the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage. Portions of this hour brought to you by The Hive. Product marketing. Products that bring the buzz. They do our merchandise and our shop, and they do a phenomenal job. Go see Chelsea. Chat her up. She'll make sure you're taken care of for your company. The Hive, productmarketing.ca. Let's go to the inbox. What do you got?
Sorry.
no.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
agree with
I thought
that.
you were going to say something, but let's go to this text. It says, please help me understand why the Oilers signed Frederick the Invisible. Frederick the Invisible is the name being used. To an 8-year contract. Got his butt kicked. Almost no big hits this season at all. His first game against LA last regular season was his best game. That first game against LA, he played like 5 minutes and he re-injured himself.
Yeah, it's funny that point's brought up because I was just thinking that in the morning show today. I'm like, I seen more from Frederick in that 5 minutes than all last playoffs and this season to date.
Yeah.
Like, it's true because I remember it was a talking point. We were like, man, like he was noticeable. The Oilers could really use a guy like this. Like we saw it. He was buzzing. He came out, laid a few hits.
Yep.
And you're like, man, this is exactly the player that they need. And that player is he is invisible now. Frederick the Invisible.
That was the name used.
But it is a good point. Is that like when you're acquiring a player, obviously the GM, he has his say and whatnot, but he has scouts. Like, are they scouting like Frederick for several weeks, maybe?
Yeah.
And so, like, man, it just makes me question like a few things because I remember Frederick was injured a few times last year, and I've said this a few times now, but when he got brought back, it was in January. And I was watching the broadcast, and they were like, oh, yeah, man, like he's returning. Man, it would sure be nice to see Frederick of old. He hasn't been that player for quite some time, and they could really use a guy like him. Because last year was Boston's, like, it was a down year for them, right? Yeah. It was a bad year for quite some time for the Bruins. And I just remember, and I was like, yeah, that's interesting. Like, yeah, I remember Frederick. He was whenever the Oilers played him, he was noticeable. That was a name you were always hearing. And when the Oilers played them, the Bruins last year, he just mucking it up with Perry. Like immediately, he's like, "Hey, yeah." I'm like, "Oh, like that's great." Like, well, for the Bruins, if you're a Bruins fan, oh yeah, look at our Frederick guy. But it just that always stood out to me. They make the trade, And then here he is. And like, those comments were valid back then. Like, I don't know what the scouting report is. Like, what was Stan Bowman? Like, I don't know, man. It makes me question that. Like the Mangiapane, man, he's dash 15, dash 16 for the Oilers, man.
+1 last night.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
But I mean,
That boy, Rick.
Well,
like, you know, and the report was, oh no, like things were really working for the Caps last year. You know, they couldn't find him on the. It's like, you know what? Maybe there's a reason he was on the fourth line. You know, maybe that like was so you hold on to, but he once scored 30 goals back in 2021. Everyone
He's
had
a good moment, like good windows. Like he'll be good for a couple games, then bad. Good. He's streaky this year.
Yeah, but it just, I don't know, man. Like I just like those two guys. I'd say they've failed for the most part. Frederick for sure. Mangiapane most nights I'd say he's failed. He does have some bright spots, and when he has his opportunities, he's capitalized.
Yes,
but he's just not around it nearly as much. So I don't know. That's a few things I was
frustrating.
Thinking.
Absolutely. This text says, if the solution is in the room, who's got the grit, emotion, and give a F on this team? Knobloch needs to hold the players accountable, but he seems to not care about it. The holding accountable argument, I've got time for. Ice time. Ice time being the currency.
he doesn't.
No.
Apparently.
Yeah, well, speaking of that, and Benny brought this up last night on the post-game show when we were doing the player of the game. He actually said, I haven't minded Bouchard since he was sat.
Yeah.
There's one guy we haven't been talking about negatively in the last few games.
Well, and did the same thing happen with Draisaitl last year too? At some point or something, there was something where he was taking penalty. Like there was, yeah. When it happens, it usually works. And as you say, that is the one chip that a coach has to play with. But you know,
yeah, it's weird when teams or when players on this team have been, you know, disciplined and, you know, oh no, you're off for 10 minutes. I think they've bounced back very well. Like when Nurse was, what was it? He didn't play the first 10 minutes of a period.
Yeah, he missed. No, I think it was like 6-ish.
Okay,
like that,
and then the next game, I think it was against Utah. A completely different player. Did he not score 2 goals? I was like,
he did.
Yeah, and I was just like,
game.
I was like, man, I remember I was texting my buddy. I was like, this is the best game I've seen from Nurse in years. And I'm not even joking about that. Like, I thought he was all around it. He wasn't just dump and chase there. Or he would, like, to get out of his own end. You know, he does that stupid, it never leads to anything. He was skating with the puck, man, which is what he should do. Like, I feel like he doesn't realize, which is crazy in saying this, but his potential. Like still, like what he's capable of doing. He skates just as good as any defenseman for his height, probably better than any defenseman in the league.
Yep.
He's physical. He's got a great shot.
Where is his physicality this year?
And see, and that's another thing, man. Like it's gone. But yeah, so you mentioned Bouch since he's been, you know, sat a few shifts. He's been awesome, I think you could say. Very good. For our dear Bouchy, hey?
Well,
LT?
Boosh. He's old. Give him a break.
Get up.
He's an old man. He's an old man.
Go walk out there, Boosh. Go walk out.
Ranger Nick chiming in says, would have been better to have it run back with the same team. At least bring back 2 of the 3 players, Brown, Kane, Perry. Perry, I get. Kane, they had to move on from.
Yeah, that was...
Brown, I was a little bit surprised he didn't come back, but I don't know if he was going to get that same contract that he got, that New Jersey was willing to give him. All right. Hey, how was Sally's last night?
Sally's Sports Bar and Lounge, Century Casino, Fort Road. A carnival atmosphere as usual on a Monday night. Loaded burgers on special. I did have the fish.
Yeah.
Delicious 4-piece fish. And I elevated the chip to a poutine.
You did.
Poutine.
Was that right? Was that the right call?
It was great. The curds there are larger than my head. It was a great night. Grumpy Cat, El Presidente, and his gal there. We had Sandy. We had some of the other degens from the off-track betting.
Yep.
A final qualifier as well. If you did qualify for the big trip, we're giving away this Thursday at Sully's Sports Bar and Lounge. If you have qualified, you got to be there to win. Trip for 2 to Vegas, Broncos, Raiders in December. Maybe not the way the Raiders showed up. I mean, nobody's going to watch the Raiders unless you're Raider Jesse and he wins the trip. But, Broncos fans out there, they're doing pretty good. A trip to Vegas is a trip to Vegas. I don't care what the event is or who's playing. So that goes down Thursday, Sully's Sports Bar and Lounge. But, yes, another great night down at Fort Road.
I love it. And this afternoon, starting at 11 right after the hangout. The rest of the shows today will be on location. Boston Pizza Devon as they kick off. It's a Pizza for Ben event for the next 5 days till the 22nd.
Good for them.
Proceeds from pizza sales at participating locations of Boston Pizza will be going to the Ben Stelter Foundation, which is awesome. It's $1 from every kid's pizza, $2 from every individual, $3 from every small, $4 from every large, and $5 from every large pizza sold in the next 5 days goes to the Ben Stelter Foundation. There's only a couple of locations, I think, from what I understand, that aren't participating, especially Edmonton area, Northern Alberta. I think there's even a couple down in Calgary. The guys showed me the list at BP Westgate. And there was a couple down south that I was like, hey, this is great that they're taking part in this. So
it pays to go larger with those pies. That's nice.
right.
Yeah. The
money's
money's
Get a
going
good
to the
pie as
place.
well. The new what was the pizza that we had on
The
Saturday?
Stinger.
Oh, that's
put
Stinger,
the honey
man.
hot drizzle
Yeah,
on
they
it.
do that.
Oh, it was
Holy
really good.
crap. That pizza was so good when Gager gave me a slice, because then I left Westgate Boston Pizza to go to Kingsway Boston Pizza.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I was like just really hungry. I was just really hungry, like out of nowhere. So I ordered
Did you not have wings? I thought you had wings too.
No, I only had one slice of Gager's pie. But then as soon as I got to, I was like, oh, I was so hungry all of a sudden. It was so weird. And so then I devoured my own pizza all by myself.
Because you guys went bowling after and
Yes.
then to
Yes.
BP Kingsway.
Yes, sir.
You still got a lot of friends over there?
Yeah, lots of friends, actually. Every time I'm in there. All the regulars still there. Say hi, hello. Feel like a rock star. But I don't know if you saw my nasty chats. I was like, another strike for Gager. He was like, get some strikes for me, buddy. I got a few strikes for Gager. I put in the
Did not know that. That is excellent.
strike for Gager.
And then he came over to your home and you were very excited about this?
Oh, man. Isn't that not the coolest
about
thing
it.
ever?
Go on.
Could you imagine Gager just showing up at your place?
He does it all the time.
And are you not like, what the heck?
Kind of, but
Man, I don't know.
I go,
guess,
what the heck when my beer's gone, but
Yeah.
I
What
have
the
to go
heck?
get more.
Yeah, I guess I'm just not quite there. It's still numb. I'm still numb, you know? It's pretty cool, man. Like just I never would have thought that would have happened. Being from a small town kid, moved to the city, you know, I see all you guys, and then next thing I know, Gager's in my basement. Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. I'm not gonna lie. He's like, all right, enough now, Trev. I'm like, okay, yes,
I
sir.
can see him
yes,
saying
sir.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come on.
Did someone not ask you if you invited him to a bath?
Yeah. So I was like, oh, how's the bathtub? I was like, no, we're taking it slow. Taking it slow. But
Never changed.
My place was just a mess, and he's just, oh God, what's every room? Oh God, just what the heck is here? Oh, what is that?
He does that.
Yeah, he's funny.
This text, I don't know who sent it in, but says in all caps, we will be there Thursday for the
At Sally's
the
Sports
draw.
Bar Lounge,
Sally's,
Central
yeah,
Casino
I can't-
4 Road. Yeah,
Perfect.
you should be.
Who is this?
Especially if you're in the draw. I mean, it's a great odds are pretty good.
Boy, oh no, this is Norman a Combine, I think, because it says let's go
Well,
Texans.
it's Texans Bills, yeah.
Yeah,
So it's a
okay,
big.
so
it's
there
our
we go.
grudge match.
Yeah, that game yesterday though, one of the partner parlays cashed. Thank you. I put $10 on. It was CD Lamb touchdown, and then Cowboys to cover 3.5, and they definitely did that.
No sweater. The account is flush.
Yes, exactly. You talk about the Raiders. The Raiders suck, obviously. But that trip, if you won that trip, like what other adventures would you go on in Vegas? Because you had a great Vegas trip when we went. 2024, I think it was.
Yeah, you were and then Dusty and I took a pair of listeners a few years prior. No, it's great. I mean, I there's no like big event like a show or whatever. I just like walking around, puffing up a cigar, you know, checking out the. I mean that's the best part is just going out there and exploring. Really going with no itinerary. And then just letting the kind of the city show you where to go. We went to the Sphere. I mean, you'd be there, do that. You'd Top Golf all day if you want to check out the big things. But I just like walking around, man.
Oh, I know.
Getting the tickets from people like hey, check out my CD,
Pokemon
my
cards.
show, my Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
In Vegas.
Pokemon cards are worth a lot of money, aren't they?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
man, yeah.
Have you done Vegas?
Oh yeah, I've gone to Vegas a few times. I remember my first time I was in grade 2. My parents took me, and I was like, I could see why you guys took us. They had a fun time. Well, there's lots of rides to do there, so it was pretty cool. But my last time I was there, I guess I kind of pulled a McDavid, and I joined my buddy on his honeymoon.
Did you?
Yeah, I totally
boy.
did. And that was my first time going there of age, and I don't, and the rest was a mystery. That's I had a lot of fun, but oh man, just walking the streets, just stayed at Golden Nugget.
Yeah.
You look up, what is that place? Like
Canopy?
Fremont or
Yeah,
Fairmont?
Fremont,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, Fremont Street. Just the most lights you ever did see. Oh my gosh, that's so trippy. It was the coolest thing ever. Yeah, Vegas is a hoot.
It's a good time.
It is.
Yeah.
Did you see Bert Kreischer there? Remember we went to the MGM?
Yes.
At the end of the trip and we were flying out and it's like we had a whole bunch of time. Maddie was smoking his cigars. And Bert Kreischer was
remember
there.
hearing
Was he
that story.
shirtless?
I think he was shirtless.
And I met that dude from Barstool too. He was at a table.
Yeah, you took a photo with
What's
him.
his name again? What's that guy's name?
I forgot his name, but
He's the depressed guy on their betting show.
Oh.
He was okay.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the photo.
Because it was Super Bowl week, and then when we were leaving,
That's right.
most of the Super Bowl stuff was kind of coming in. It was just a
It was a
crossing.
crossover.
Yeah, yeah.
They have F1 coming up later this month. Actually, that should be this week or next week, the F1 race. Right away here. And I know they've been setting up, they've become much more efficient at setting up for F1 because the first year they were repaving all the streets.
Cutting down the
Took
trees.
forever. They were cutting down trees.
This
You
weekend.
can't see the Bellagio fountain, so this week the race is there. And
Find a good spot on one of those escalators.
yeah, but they blocked off the windows.
They've taken that out.
They've blocked it off so you can't see anything.
I really liked that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
liked
that's
people
too
going
bad.
up and down. Type
just
of
to
thing.
see what's going on. Well, the first race was it Carlos Sainz that hit the sewer cover and it like ruined the bottom of his chassis. Like,
Yeah.
it was bad. It's interesting. Vegas. I mean, everything's so expensive there, and they're now worried because tourism is way down.
I know it dropped 11% this year.
Did it?
Yeah.
How do you know
Tourism.
this?
I just watched a video last night.
Yeah?
Which is just weird timing. But yeah, it was from a YouTuber. He's like, oh, I don't know. He went into it, but yeah, he was talking about the numbers and whatnot. But the tourism's dropped 11% this year, which is kind of crazy.
They did get greedy there. Like,
Yeah, well, that's
no
what, and
free
that's he's like, and
parking,
he's
no
kind of
deals.
that's what he talked about. He's like, oh, you wonder why, and he's like, spend a day in the life with me, and I'll show you why. And he's like, I pull up to my room. He's like, you know, like if I unplug this or like in the fridge, it's weighted, so if you take out anything for more than 60 seconds, you get charged like it's like $20.
It's like a bag of M&Ms.
Yeah, and it's like
$20.
absurd.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you always hear a story like, I don't know, my grandma grew up with her. She went to Vegas every summer and she stopped right around like 2018. She's like, it's not the same anymore. Because it used to be, I guess, relatively cheap. That's where people would go. That was the place.
You'd always get deals. Like,
Yeah.
You get comp rooms or
I wonder if it'll
for
change.
the buffet.
Yeah.
Show tickets weren't expensive. Yeah, it was great deals, and then they would get your money elsewhere, tables, other stuff.
Right. Yeah. Maybe they'll run it.
Entertainment.
Maybe they'll run it back. I doubt
Hopefully
it.
they do.
Yeah.
The only person I met in Vegas, no, I didn't even meet him. I saw Jerry Springer there at the
Jerry?
at
That'd be
Planet
pretty cool.
Hollywood.
Like
yeah.
performing.
Jerry.
No,
Or just
no.
walk-
He
yeah,
was
yeah,
just
yeah.
walking.
Yeah.
Like he was
pretty
walking.
cool.
People were like, Jerry Springer, oh my god, and they were just like going to him, and he's a very small man.
Yeah.
I was thrown
They all
off
seem
by that.
larger on the screen.
The
Yeah.
illusion still gets me.
Yeah,
Who was
And-
it? Greg Wyshynski when we saw him. Tall guy.
Greg is swole.
6'3".
He's solid as a rock, and he's huge.
6'2", something like that.
he's a bigger guy.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
damn,
yeah,
he's
I
good
would
to
have never
respect him.
thunk.
No, I thought a small guy.
No, Wyshynski's a very normal,
It's the
large.
illusion, man.
Yeah. But Jerry Springer was just a little guy. Very friendly, though. Everybody, like, he was like, yeah, sure, picture, no problem. And he's wearing the same, like, suits that he was wearing in the show.
Yeah.
He was wearing that, and it was like 40 degrees in Vegas, and he's on the steps of the Planet Hollywood. And I'm like, that's wild.
Just sweating.
Just smiling, saying hi, taking photos with people, and being a dude.
Oh,
Jerry, hello.
Jerry, hello.
Hello.
Uncle Leo.
man, those
yeah.
videos, I still, when I'm scrolling, those videos, I'll watch every single one, man. Like, just his show. I mean, you guys know his
Jerry
show.
Springer?
Yeah.
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Oh, or Seinfeld.
Oh, wait, which Jerry?
Springer.
Yeah, Jerry
Springer,
Springer.
yeah.
Oh yeah, but
I'm just-
I've watched Seinfeld clips too. I get caught.
But
in
yeah,
that.
Jerry Springer, just seeing the clips from his most viral, moments that he
Yeah.
had on his show. Every time it catches me, I'm like, I gotta see this. I have to.
he had some
The
interesting
best.
people on his show. But remember,
He went to war once, and the worm ate him.
What?
No.
He had Gwar on the show, and then they're like, yeah, come to a show. And then he's at the show on the stage, and then the worm ate. He's like, they took him. They're like, yeah, we're feeding you the worm. He's like, no. And then they come in, and he's like,
Seriously?
Yeah. It was
Jeez.
full participant in the.
I respect that very much. Was it him? No, it was Maury Povich that had the "You Are Not the Father."
He did You're Not the Father. Jenny Jones always had the teen boot camps.
Oh,
Like
right.
they'd bring out sassy 12-year-old. And then they'd be like, well, what do you think now? And then Sergeant Bilko would walk, and then it's like, you get out of the... And they like yell in their face, and everyone's like, yeah, screw the kid.
What show was it that had the girl that was like, how about that? Meet me outside.
Well, that was Dr. Phil.
That was Dr.
was
Phil.
yeah.
All these shows just like melt together.
Oh gosh.
What about Ricky Lake?
Ricky Lake. Was it there?
Dr. Phil.
Sally
Jesse Raphael.
That's the one. Yeah. What a name.
Montel.
Maury.
What happened to Montel? Maury was good.
Yeah, Maury was good.
You'd be like, what is happening
The
here?
one where he did the fears of people, and then the lady's like, I hate olives. And then he's like, bring out the olives. And she like, why would you do that?
I don't know.
That's cruel. Cruel. Very cruel.
Yeah,
Great
we got
television,
to
though.
bring him out.
Bring out
It's like a bowl of olives.
Man, I've seen that clip too.
that's
Crazy.
one of the more, yeah.
That can't be real, right? Like that's not.
I don't know.
I think most of those were kind of,
If you're a producer on this show, how are you finding these people?
well,
Yeah.
the magic of television. I know they had a
Well,
hotline set up, like if you want to come on the show, but let's
Yeah.
be real. Like there's probably a lot of scripted.
I think.
paid actors.
Well,
I think so too. I tell myself, no, it's real. This is all real, but I think it's fake.
Like even
unfortunately.
Oprah.
Oprah. Yeah, I don't know about like Dr. Phil, Oprah. Like I think they might be a little bit more. I think those are maybe a
hasn't
little
Dr.
bit more
Phil
real.
turned into like a bit of a
he's a crackpot.
caricature. Yeah.
Yeah, he's out there.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah.
It's all
like
fake.
Dr. Phil.
I think it's TV.
It's probably
Reality TV is fake. That's why they hide behind the reality word, and then it's
Yeah.
like
It isn't all.
It's too bad.
It's made up to be. All right, hour number 2 of the EST Hangout. Derek Van Diest from NHL.com is going to join us. We have Lt.Eric and YouTube Trev with you. Tom Gazzola as well. Of course, the Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage. Portions of this are brought to you by our good friends at They'll Finish Long Drink, Pride of 1952.
yeah. Don't we have any? Maddie said we're going to get stocked up again.
I
or-
hope we get stocked up again. That stuff's great. I think I had one in the fridge. My brother stole it and drank it the other night.
That brat.
He did not need it.
No.
Let's just put it that way.
Give me that.
Paulie did not need it.
Celebrating Reno still
He's
is
definitely celebrating something.
Reno's
birthday,
birthday
Reno.
month.
Yeah, exactly. Reno had
Good
a
for
good
him.
time. Thank you to everybody who came out for Reno's birthday. A happy 70th to my dad. He had a great
Okay,
time.
man.
He was very surprised. Yeah, exactly. You were there. You were there. You and Danny were there, which was great.
Yes.
But yeah, Finish Long Drink, official drink partner of the Hangout. Let's go to the inbox here, 780-218-9999. Jump into the nasty chat as well. This one says, LTE, I saw a clip that Marshawn Lynch explains his favorite teammate in Buffalo, and it was Corey Mace. Were you aware of that?
Yes, Corey Mace, former Buffalo Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. I like Corey Mace, to be honest with you. Like every interaction I've had with him, very positive.
Yeah. And also a guy who has a demeanor that's pretty
Cool.
low key and on the level, much
Yeah.
like, Chris Knobloch in a sense. Taking it back to hockey here.
That-
Like, and it can work.
Yeah.
not
Now, would Chris Knobloch do a little victory dance like Corey Mace did when they won? I thought that was good. Did a little.
He had a
Shuffle
lot of one-liner clipped drops on the post game that you could easily like cut up and use
can
for
put hot buttons
yeah.
on
I
them?
mean, if
Yeah.
For
I
Club Beat
still
Loop.
did my other exactly, if I still had the capabilities of doing there'd be a gold mine, but
I loved when you used to mix like
I did too.
So yeah, was that like a weekly, like they just say, hey, like, or was that like a personal thing? You took it to your own. You're like, no, I want to make some Club Beat loops. Did they tell you to do it? Like, how did that all unfold?
No,
'Cause
it's
there's
just,
so
it was
many.
my job back then, and
Then
that
just
was-
keep
yeah,
them coming?
That was
Man, they were all so well.
pump them out.
and there's
They were
even
great.
a few
Like a
that,
sausage factory.
DVD. DVD. There was even a few that you pull out of the vault that I didn't even know existed.
Not all of them got saved though. None of them made the transfer over, so that sucks.
Okay.
That's too bad. No, they're all
Derek
they're
Van
all
Diest is gonna be
unbelievable.
joining us here from NHL.com. You got YouTube Trev, Lt.Eric.
I'll have to set up Lock Shop.
Okay, so
that's
we'll
okay.
swap you guys. Yeah, you enjoy that apple juice.
Does that work? Yes, thank you.
I've enjoyed having you on.
This was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun.
chug.
I had a lot of fun. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Hi, Derek.
There you go.
Hey, DVD.
DVD.
Hi, Derek.
DVD sliding in. I get to this text. Jason and Leduc says, "Go capitalism. Charge more. Squeeze every expletive penny we can from people at every turn. Don't worry, they can get credit if they can't afford it. What a wonderful world we live in." Jason and Leduc not happy with what they're doing everywhere, specifically in Las Vegas. And then this text says, it's from Parkside, says, "That's wild. I met Jerry Springer as well at Planet Hollywood. Shook his hand. I felt a bone break. Small and fragile looking man. Super nice though." From Parkside. Maybe it was around the same time. I think that was like 2008.
Wasn't he mayor of Detroit too or something?
Was he?
Something like that? Or he ran for mayor?
He ran for mayor. Yeah.
Ran for
Jerry,
it.
we're
Yeah.
talking about Jay Springer.
Yeah, he ran for mayor.
He ran for, okay. Parkside, that's a cool story. Maybe it was right around that because it was literally on the steps of Planet Hollywood and just people were going up to him and shaking his hand saying hi. All right, welcome into the show. Thanks
What's
for
up, boys?
coming in.
How you doing?
We're doing good.
Big win last night?
For the Cowboys, yes, they look good.
They won me some
I
money.
think it emphasized how bad the Raiders are, though.
Right.
That's a bad football
You take it and leave and don't ask
Just take
questions.
the win and
Yeah,
leave. You know, there's obviously some improvements to make, but it's like, geez, these Raiders are bad.
yeah.
Yeah. On and off the field.
Yes.
Which,
That organization,
yeah.
So,
That organization is a mess, was a mess in Oakland. The off-field stuff, the incidents since they've gone to Vegas have been really bad.
well, of course, like they're going to be bad.
What are these guys
Swap a
doing
team in Vegas.
driving after playing, like hanging out and having fun on the strip?
With the money, like you could have a car, you could have a boat, you could have a plane, you could have all these things waiting for you
there's
and driving
toys,
you,
yeah.
and it's all. But
No, that's a bad, like that organization has been good since, John Madden days back in the.
well, they had the one brief
70s.
playoff appearance that they showed on the screen last night of a couple years back, which was nothing. But
Yeah.
you're right. I mean, that's
They haven't,
That's
yeah.
it.
They just haven't been. And they have a rabid fan base and, the crazy fans. And it's just, they deserve more. Like, they deserve more.
especially since the move to Vegas has been absolutely nothing.
And that stadium is unbelievable.
Yeah.
In Vegas.
It looks awesome.
It's incredible. I've been there. So it's just unbelievable. So no, it's a good win for the Cowboys, but I think it emphasizes how much, the Las Vegas Raiders are struggling right now. And
Is it a decent schedule for you down the stretch?
no, it gets
Okay.
a little tougher.
Who do they have?
It's a tough schedule. I can't remember offhand,
Yeah.
but I was looking at it, and I think they still got the Eagles and some good teams to play.
So you're kind of reserved and just
Oh, this team is not a playoff team.
yeah, right.
The Cowboys aren't a playoff team. They have very good offense. Obviously, their defense is marginally improved in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, you weren't lying here. Eagles,
Yeah.
Chiefs, both at home. You visit Detroit, you host the Vikings, host the Chargers, and then Commanders, Giants to finish it off.
Yeah, so it's not
So that's it.
not a duck walk, but they're improving. We'll see. I think that one tie always stands out. They should have beat Green Bay that day.
That
and
was
they
weird.
let
Just
that
looks
slip
disgusting
away.
on the standing
It's gross.
record.
Yeah.
It's not-
Just keep playing until somebody dies.
It is gross. Oh boy. Okay, Jerry Springer was the mayor of Cincinnati. A bunch of people have texted.
Cincinnati, okay, that's who it was.
What a town.
And he was the mayor. He didn't run. He was
the
actually
mayor of Cincinnati before becoming TV famous and a folk legend.
You guys remember WKRP in Cincinnati? It was one of my favorite shows of all
They
time.
would run reruns of that.
Oh my God, that's such a good show.
Yeah, on Much Music or something. It was good.
Yeah, it was a really good
It
show.
was good. We were talking about Vegas and like fun things to do. You spent a lot of time in Vegas the last couple of years.
I do, but I'm not a Vegas guy because I don't gamble. And I don't gamble. I don't play, like whatever, place bets on sports. And if you want to go see a show, you got to drop like $150 to see
Yeah.
a decent show. You want to buy a beer in a strip, it'll cost you $11 US. It's,
That's it.
well, some places even more, I guess, but it's just, it doesn't have a huge appeal to me. Like outside of Vegas, there's nice places to like just, in Henderson in that area.
Yeah.
There's nice places to go, but the strip itself, for me personally, doesn't have that much appeal because it's just. I go in there for business. I haven't been
Yeah.
there for pleasure, and 30 years.
So what's your American pleasure? And is it Dallas? Like you'd go
No,
Cowboys like
you know
Dallas?
what? I like Seattle.
Okay.
Seattle's a fun time.
Yeah.
I've been to Seattle a lot. To me, New York is an amazing place to go. The obvious.
But to fit what you like to do, it would be Seattle probably. Like
Probably, yeah. Seattle's, Seattle and New York. I'm more of an explorer museum type guy.
Yeah.
Right? Like I go to,
Are you?
Yeah, for sure. Every time.
I've known you
Yes,
for
I
a very
like
long
this.
time. I did not know this.
Remember, Jack and I went to the museum, the John F. Kennedy Museum in
6th
Dallas.
floor museum.
Right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
went there.
I've been to the Museum of Western Expansion in St. Louis and gone to the top of the Arc.
Did you check out the gum wall in Seattle with the?
Oh yeah, it's disgusting.
I agree. That is
Did you
gross.
add to the mosaic?
Ew, I did
No.
not. I'm not touching that. I'm not coming within 4 feet of that thing. Like it's gross, and they cleaned it out a few years ago.
Did they?
Yeah, they did. They scraped all
That's
the
a
gum
job.
off the wall.
Hey? Yeah.
And they did it all, and then next day, boom, back with a gum wall. It was just it's so gross. But no, I like to kind of explore. I've been to the Met in New York. I've been to the Museum of Natural History in New York, and I don't know where you are, where I'm going all these places, but
Evidently not at the museum with you.
no. So I've been to the Louvre in Paris.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're going abroad.
Yeah.
That's like the
If we put-
If we put the map with the pins, you're kind of.
If I put, I've been places, but
Have you been on every continent? I guess.
no, I've been to Asia.
Okay.
I've been to Africa.
Australia?
I haven't been to Australia. No.
That'd be pretty cool.
Maybe one day.
They're
Over there.
in Washington D.C. They have just outside of what's it called? Washington, the mall where the monument is, and the Abraham Lincoln Memorial, and then like all around there is Smithsonian museums. And I remember we had an extra day in Washington, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to the Abraham Lincoln Monument or the memorial, and they have that pond, and you walk, and then I think I went to the Museum of American History.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna check this out. It was cool. They had a house in there from like the late 1600s,
Yeah.
from the early settlers that they rebuilt inside of the museum.
House inside the
Yeah.
building in a building.
A building in a building. It was unbelievable. And I mean, they had placards everywhere with, okay, this was a standard house and from the Pilgrims or whatever. And I'm like, this is wild. It was cool. And then in that same place, they had like World War II stuff, World War I stuff from space shuttles. And
Yeah.
it was just like this wide range of stuff of American history. And I was like, it was a wild museum. I think I'd spent like 5 or 6 hours in there. Not the worst one, the one that was the saddest was the 9/11 museum and memorial.
Yeah, you know what? I haven't gone to that.
That one was hard.
Yeah.
Why?
Like you literally are.
I mean, this explains
Yes,
itself.
yes,
a moving.
Yeah,
I hear
yeah.
people say it's very.
It's
Yeah.
it's a tough one. Like there's smashed fire trucks. There's
The whole, yeah.
They have this one. I remember this one thing that you'd walk by, you'd be like, "What the hell is that?" It just looks like a clump of stuff that's like 8 feet high and like 7 feet wide, and you're like, "This is what is this?" And it's in a glass case, and they're like, "This is like we estimate this to be like 15 floors compacted into like
Oh, no
8
way.
feet, yeah." And there's just scraps of metal and stuff, and they're like, "It's not known what's really in here." But it was found, and yeah, it was like, oh my God, like there could be people in, like, you know what I mean? That's what made it pretty moving. I mean,
Yeah.
museums are cool, but
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, but I'm more, like I said, going back to the Vegas thing. I'm not a gambler. Like if I
You
did,
kind of have to, yeah.
You
I mean,
have to
that's-
be to go to
yeah.
Vegas
Or as
and-
you say, the show. I mean, shows are another.
the shows are another thing,
yeah.
but they're getting pretty expensive. Like Vegas used to be a cheap vacation.
Yeah, we were discussing.
And I don't
that.
think it's that anymore. Like I don't think used to be somewhere to go to have fun with your friends and beach, type things. But yeah, on the strip, I guess off the strip, you can find a lot of fun things to do.
Yeah,
But
sure.
on the strip itself, it's getting a very, very commercialized. And you walk down a strip and you're just inundated with people. Go here, go here.
Yeah.
go
That's
here,
my
go here.
favorite
It's just
part.
like-
we get
I take them all.
the cards were like,
Please, can I have another one? Yeah. You annoyed them. You threw it back in their face.
yeah, yeah.
that would be funny. But you feel, I don't know. But then there's people that like dress up as characters, like from movies and stuff like that.
Yeah, they
And
charge you $50. To take a
That's the
picture.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the etiquette is to tip them. You don't have to give them $50. They might ask you for $50, but you could be like, "Here's $2. Thanks for the picture. By the way, do some abs." You know, or whatever. Like you get like Fat Spider-Man, and you're like, "Oh,
Here, hit the gym.
yeah,
20.
Here, go get a water." Dave in Section T says, lucky enough to visit Vegas once before the corporations took over. You could tip your way to the best seats, eat for basically free. Better when the boys ran the place. Now it's a corporate tourist trap, and the boys, aka the mafia, for those that don't know.
Casino, the film, right?
Great movie.
Don Rickles.
Don Rickles was amazing.
He gets beaten with the phone.
That's right.
He's laying on the ground.
Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro, Sharon Stone is in that one. That's a great. Whenever it's on,
It's
I'm
the
just like,
best.
I have to watch it.
And I prefer watching it, the TV version.
With no
where they
swears.
take
Yeah,
swears
take all the swears.
It's so badly cut.
There's so many swears in it.
You big jerk. Like,
Yeah,
just
they
like-
dub it. That's so bad. And okay, speaking of Vegas, like we're talking about how it's a sports town, and they're giving away a trip to Vegas at Selly's.
Yes.
And that's on Thursday with Eric down there. But they're getting a baseball team that they don't even want. They're getting the A's. They're building the stadium right now. The A's are playing in Sacramento. Like, that is wild to me.
Yeah, baseball in Vegas will be, I wonder,
Well, I think it'll be a nice. You know what? I think it will help.
it'll
Well,
be great. But still another
one-
team that's relocating to the city again,
True.
as they always.
Is it an outdoor stadium or is it a dome stadium? Because
I think it's outdoor.
Domed.
I think. Is it
Oh,
domed?
it's domed, yeah.
because it gets 45 degrees in Vegas in the summer, and I don't know if you want to sit outside
No, you
in
don't.
the summer in Vegas to watch baseball. So yeah, it'd have to be air conditioned and domed and nice. But I think there's enough traffic. Like if I was in Vegas and say, "Hey, the baseball team's playing right there down the road," I would go.
And a baseball ticket, you can find a good
baseball tickets are usually
midsummer.
pretty,
Yeah,
pretty reasonable. You can, there's so many games.
exactly. Yeah.
Stadiums are so big, you can get a decent baseball ticket. You don't have to mortgage your house to get a baseball ticket. But I think that's what they're counting on is just the traffic and people from out of town. And let's say your team is playing.
Yeah.
You want to go see, like if the Blue Jays go to Vegas, how many Blue Jay fans
Oh
are going
God.
to Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're not necessarily going to see the A's or the Aces or whatever the hell they're going to
if
be.
you're in town, but yeah. So I think the difference is the Golden Knights are Vegas's team.
That's
what
always gonna be it,
That's
yeah.
it. So that's the one thing I learned when I was
Yeah.
down there is that this is Vegas's team. The community has really accepted it. I mean, because a lot of people, when Golden Knights moved in, they were talking about that as well. Oh, people are just going to come watch hockey and they're going to be from out of town and
Yep.
casinos are going to give away tickets. No,
They take it very-
They're
yeah.
the local team and they love their team. And I remember when I was there during their cup run, talking to some local fans, and they said, we just want to point this out that locals never go to the Strip, and so for them to get all those people to come down for the parade or to come down to a game, because if you go to a game in Vegas, within an hour after the game, all the bars and restaurants around the arena they're dead. There's
Yeah.
nothing there.
It's
Everyone
surprising.
just goes home.
Yeah.
The game go home because they all live in the suburbs and the outskirts and. They don't live on the Strip.
Yeah.
The Strip is, it's purely tourists that hang around and visit the Strip, and so not a
Those
lot of
bars and
people-
stuff, it's the conventions that the tourists
Yeah,
are hanging out.
Always
at.
conventions.
Yeah.
You always
So
see
many.
lanyards and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done a Vegas convention.
Have you?
NAB, North American Broadcasters Convention. I had no idea what I was doing there. Like, it was for the technical side.
Sure.
But my old boss at Oilers TV, Champa, brought me there.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, yeah, it'd be good for you. I'm going to send you to a couple of classes on editing. And I was like, really? Okay. Did that and then just walked around and looked at scoreboard technology. I was blown away by it. It was very cool. That was a long time ago.
yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
cool. So like I said, I go to Vegas to watch the hockey. I just like to stay at a hotel very nearby where I can just walk over and then walk back. On the way back, maybe try and get a beer at a casino, but it's.
You go into the CVS, you buy a 6-pack for $10, and then away you go.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Because in the next stop, right next door, it's probably $20 for that one beer.
Yeah, and so yeah. But like I said, if you go off the Strip, if you know some places, if you know some locals, they'll tell you
Yeah.
go here, go here, go here. and it's not bad.
Okay, SBK text in Paris Jewelers inbox 780-218-9999. SBK says, do you know what happened to Springer when he was the mayor? Google it. It's quite funny. So I did.
Okay.
Springer was elected to the Cincinnati City Council in 1971. On April 29, 1974, Springer resigned from council after admitting to soliciting a prostitute. He ran for office in 1975, winning by a landslide. He was reelected in 77 and 79. Springer was considered a gonzo-type politician with stunts such as staying a night in jail and commandeering a bus after the city took over bus service. In 1977, Springer was chosen by the Cincinnati City Council to serve for 1 year as mayor. Then he stepped down in 1981 to focus on running for governor of Ohio. So there you go. Yeah. Soliciting a prostitute.
that turned
A colored
into
past, yeah.
Yeah. He was no angel,
Yeah.
but a brilliant
I
broadcaster.
mean, which politician hasn't? You know,
Yeah, that's
70s, you know, it's
a different
come on,
time.
it's-
It was a different time, especially in Cincinnati, evidently.
Oh, yeah.
All right, keep those texts coming at 780-218-9999. Jump into the nasty chat. A lot of texts have come in, which I appreciate. This one says DVD is a Columbus guy.
Columbus.
Buckets and Bud Light.
Yes, we've had some fun in Columbus.
We have.
Yeah, Columbus is a fun town.
College
Fun
town, hey? Yeah, yeah. Buckeye Nation.
College town. Yeah, it's a really, yeah, it can be fun in Columbus, and we've discovered how much fun it can be in Columbus. Yeah,
Go
it's
on.
It's all about Ohio State there. You know what they have there in Columbus, though? It's funny. I rolled in one. They have the Arnold Schwarzenegger Sports Festival every year in Columbus. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they have the bodybuilders and weightlifters and
right.
wrestlers come in and they do the big sports festival. And I remember I was there. I got there, I think, on the Sunday, on the last day of festival. We get checked in the hotel. And it was just full of super fit people, these massive bodybuilder types. Like, it was
Beefcakes all around.
what
it,
is
yeah.
going on? He's like, yeah, the Arnold Schwarzenegger Sports Festival. It goes on every year in Columbus. Super fit people descend on Columbus, Ohio.
Jeez.
There's
And
a
have these sports
statue,
festivals.
isn't there, of Schwarzenegger there?
Why
Yeah,
Columbus?
I'm not sure
is
why
there a
Columbus.
tie?
I'm
Yeah.
sure there's a tie.
What a
somewhere,
random,
but
yeah.
I'm not sure why.
I love that it's a
in-
festival, too.
It's
Like,
in Columbus. Yeah, it's every, like they have all these competitions and events.
rides and vendors.
Super fit
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Like, it's unbelievable. Like, it's like, oh, Jesus.
Great networking
Walk
there.
in there. You
Yes.
go,
Yeah,
I better get to the gym.
Well, yeah, motivation, yeah.
What protein powder are you using
Sure,
these
yeah,
days?
yeah.
Tell me more. Jordan texts again, says, did the mayor of Kelly's go to museums with Dougie Hamilton?
Dougie Hamilton.
Yeah, he goes to museums.
Does he? No.
You know
no.
who else did that?
I've been there with Jack, and I think I've been to a couple. Like I said, the Museum of Western Expansion was cool.
Andrew Ference would go to museums. Like,
Yeah.
there was a couple times he'd be like, you should go check out this. I went to this place. I'm like,
it's-
thank
yeah.
you.
You know, free
I
or
will think
learning
about it.
on the fly, and while you're on your trip, you
Yeah.
get a little learn a little
You
knowledge.
can only
yeah.
drink so much when you're
Well, that's
Yeah, that's
just
true.
it. Yeah, it
you
gets
gotta
old. eh?
fill in the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Like,
There's cool things
so
to do.
there's
yeah.
cool things to do. Like, and if you got to go to good restaurants when you're on the road, that's what Rod Phillips taught me.
Yes.
Like when he was traveling.
Yeah.
Go to a good restaurant. You're on the road. Go to a good restaurant. So we go to good restaurants on the road. You got to experience.
And something to match
road.
that place.
Yeah.
You don't go to a coastal place for a burger.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
You kind of want to get the
Yeah. You go to somewhere. Yeah, exactly where it matches a place.
Yeah.
And then, so you know, you go there and you kind of try and get a you know, the feel for the city, for the town.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, it's not necessarily at a pub. Like we usually end up at pubs.
It
you can get,
happens.
yeah. Well, you
But-
can finish off there.
Yeah, but you,
think-
you have to kind of experience things. And you know, it's when we're in different towns, we try to get to baseball games. We've gotten to basketball games.
Yeah.
We've gotten to,
Football.
you know, football. Like it's different things. And I was in Miami last year. We went to a Club World Cup game.
Yeah.
Boca Juniors and Benfica. That was a lot of fun. Getting to and from the stadium was not so much fun. Absolute chaos. I don't know how they
In
do it.
Miami?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Getting into that stadium is chaos.
Yeah.
Like you just everyone. I don't know. It's like they go one road into the stadium. There's no public transport. There's you Ubers. You get dropped
So you
off.
have to be in a vehicle pretty much to get
pretty
there.
much. Yeah.
So everybody's doing the same
Everyone's
thing.
doing
Yeah.
the same thing, and so you get dropped off at the Uber lot, which is 30-minute walk to the stadium still. And then trying to get an Uber out of there is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then driving those freeways. I've driven a lot of streets in a lot of the world, and the most dangerous place I've ever driven is freeways in Florida.
Yeah.
Those people are crazy.
Yeah, they are.
They are crazy. They look for accidents and they try to do insurance scams. So we had a guy, we were in a nice SUV Uber on the way back. We literally had a guy cut us off and slam his brakes in front of us, and we were this far from hitting him. And and then he took off. It was like that was totally an insurance scam.
Yeah, yeah.
Trying to get rear-ended.
That's messed up.
It's crazy. And
Rules are there, just they don't
like
need
I
to
don't
be.
know who's handing out these licenses where they're saying, here you go.
Yeah.
Right? There are no rules in Florida. It's like
No, it's a free
it's-
state,
it's
right? Freedom.
Sure.
Yeah.
freedom to,
Yeah.
to do whatever you want.
Whatever
It's
you
be an
crazy.
idiot.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like I said, I have family in Fort Lauderdale there, and there are no rules. Like, you just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bliss. If you can make money off it, in the end, hey.
Okay, I thought of something from the travels, and restaurants that are owned and operated by like a famous sports personality.
Wendell Clark's.
Sure.
Yeah.
Was that a thing?
It's a thing. There's I think
Saskatoon?
there's a couple locations. yeah.
Okay. Well, Don Cherry. Don
Yeah,
Cherry
yeah,
had
the-
Don Cherry's, right? And then on the road, I remember Elway's in Denver, like high-end steakhouse, phenomenal. It has since shut down, unfortunately.
Joe Buck's in St. Louis.
Joe Buck's, not great.
yeah?
That was not a good spot. The food, the vibe sucked.
Is there an Al Michaels? Is this somewhere where it's just steak?
Yeah, no
It's just a
veggies.
steak menu. No vegetable, no garnish, no nothing. Just a steak.
He claims he has never eaten a vegetable.
I kind of
Isn't that wild?
believe him.
Yeah,
Like I don't.
Okay.
It's quite a claim, but
Mickey Mantle's was another nice steakhouse in Oklahoma City. I think it has shut down as well.
Harry Carey's in Chicago.
You went to Harry Carey's?
Yeah.
I've never been to Harry Carey's.
Yeah, Harry
Is
Carey's.
it still open?
Yeah. Last time I was
and
in
what was
Chicago.
the place like? What
It's
was
a high-end steakhouse.
Yeah, high-end
It's
steakhouse.
very high. Yeah.
No, haven't been
Just
there.
a hot dog stand.
Yeah, I know. Harry Carey's is a nice
steak.
spot. It's a good spot. A lot of people go to Harry Carey's.
Wayne Gretzky's in Toronto. I went to that has since shut
I
down.
saw the Grey Cup there that one year.
We watched the Grey Cup in 2015 there. It had a nice rooftop bar.
Yeah.
What's the other one? I'm trying to remember. We've gone to a bunch. Well, Mark Messier owns a speakeasy in Manhattan.
A speakeasy. Now that's what I want to.
That was cool.
You can have your high-end steakhouses. I want like an athlete or somebody who's like kind of lesser known, operating like a, some sort of shrimp shack
Yeah.
or something like that, or a.
So the speakeasies are cool. I remember we went to Paris with Mark a few years ago, and we were in a hotel, and right next to the hotel was a laundromat. So we were doing laundry. One of the machines didn't work. It was out of order. Just didn't work. And then, but people kept coming in and pointing to the door, the machine, and then walking out. It was like weird. It was like, that's weird. Why they keep coming in, pointing to the machine and walking out? Oh. So anyway, we looked it up, and that's a speakeasy. The machine didn't work because at night, the laundromat, you knock on that door, they open the door, and there's.
Did you have to go in through the machine?
Yeah. The machine opened like a door. So it was like the whole machine, it opened like the door. You go up into this tiny little room. It maybe sat 20 people, 25 people.
Yeah.
And then they served you drinks there. And it was a relic from the Second World War. That's where they used to have drinks, like in these speakeasies where
There was
where
a
they were. And
Yeah.
famous
Could be
place in
found.
Saskatoon called the Wash and Slosh, and it was a concert venue, like a bar for bands.
Okay.
But it was also a laundromat, and then you could go there, you could do your laundry, and then like get wasted and watch a band play at whatever hour of the night.
Yeah.
That's
And
amazing.
the marriage of two industries, that to me was a good one. But I do like the best part of the speakeasy is going through, because what's the one downtown there with the
Foos.
7-Up. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I like
furniture,
going
Foos
through
repair shop.
that item.
Yeah.
Like whatever it is. Like
Yeah,
It adds to the vibe.
Yeah.
does.
It really does.
Like you
Been
open
to
a
a few
car
of them.
door, get into a vehicle, and then it goes into some other room or something.
at Mark Messier's speakeasy, I don't remember the name of it, even if it even had a name. Like the cab driver that was taking us there was like, guys, that address you gave me, it doesn't exist. He's like, this is as close as I can get to whatever the hell that address was. And we're like, well, this is what we were told by the owner. And he goes, okay. And it was like residential and a few like little stores. And then, but you could hear like music thumping. And you're like, where the hell's that music coming from? And like cool people walking out. And then like this big bouncer with the toothpick in his mouth. The guy was like 7 feet tall. He's like, you Mark's friends? And we're like, yeah. He's like, come with me. I'm Tim. Takes us to the back alley. There's like hanging floodlights, garbage everywhere. I'm like, we're gonna die here.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, and he like pounds on this like big steel door, and then like the slit opens up. He's like, Mark's people are here. And I'm like, okay. Opens the door, and it's like, dum, 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 dum. You just hear it, and then they
Yeah.
open the door, and he's
Yeah.
like, "This place opened during Prohibition. Lucky Luciano owned it. All the ceiling is original. All the furniture is original. It's just been reupholstered. If you want beer, it comes in a coffee mug. If you want a mixed drink, comes in a teacup. Have fun, boys. I'll get you." And he booted some people out of like a section with like these old couches, and just like, "You guys need to leave." And they're like, "Yeah, okay." And so that you get the the repair shop has the 7-Up machine.
Yep.
That place, the laundromat, had the one machine where this one, like, you're in the main room, and I remember I went to the bathroom, I come out, and there's this one bouncer sitting by a bookshelf and a lamp. And like a couple people walked up to him, and he would just shake his head. And then one guy walked up to him, and he kind of like nodded, pulled the lamp down, and then the bookshelf opened up to another area. And I looked in there, I'm like, oh my God, it looks awesome in there too.
That's where it's at.
Where the hell am I? It was really, really neat.
I've always thought there's like a place in my house. Like
Yeah. You think
when we
there's
got our house a
open-
couple years ago. I'm like, I wonder, like, because people build those
There's a hidden-
stupid little
Yeah.
rooms. Or like, I love that stuff though.
It's kinda
give me
neat.
all of that. Like that's great stuff. I thought you were going. I thought when the driver showed you up there and you have to go through like a sewer grate or something. Wouldn't that
Wasn't
be
it
Ninja
Saskatoon?
Turtles?
Don't they have all these underground tunnels where Capone
Moose Jaw.
used to? Oh, that's
Yeah.
Moose Jaw.
Yeah, I toured that. That was pretty neat too.
Yeah, where
yeah.
Capone used to run his booze.
Right.
All these underground tunnels. And
Yeah, that's an interesting. If you ever get it, that's an interesting historic type of thing.
Why Moose
Yeah,
Jaw?
Capone and all that. It was the Prohibition days. That was the place that like things
That's where
got
they
funneled
made
out
the
of, because
Canadian
Winnipeg
whiskey.
was like a big hub like back then. That was
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
the route, train railways and all
Okay,
that.
so logistically, it was
It just
the right,
worked, yeah.
and it probably flew under the radar.
Yeah.
People, why the hell would it be a Moose
It's-
Jaw?
yeah.
I mean, we're still asking it to this day.
Yeah.
That's kind of neat. All right, you can send in your text 780-218-9999. Jump into the nasty chat as well. Tom Gazzola, Derek Van Diest, and Lieutenant Eric with you on a Tuesday edition of the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage. We talked about it earlier, but I mean, we have to hit on it one more time. That loss last night in Buffalo.
You can almost sense it coming though.
How?
I was in Hernan's show and I kind of felt it. I felt it
why did you feel? How did
Because
you?
it was an emotional high.
Yes,
Beating the Carolina Hurricanes.
and we've talked that they can't be
Then right.
compiling wins or
They don't-
success together. Yeah.
Right, yeah. And then they're going into Buffalo, playing a young team that's really getting thumped on this year. And the Oilers have always struggled in Buffalo.
Yeah.
I just thought the Sabres were going to put in a really good effort. And if the Oilers didn't match that intensity level, which they haven't matched anybody's intensity level this year.
No.
This is a team that doesn't play. There's no intensity level. There's no urgency in this team. They're just going through the motions right now.
For a team like the Sabres, looking at the Oilers as a
Yeah.
stake, you can match that level.
Oh,
like
for sure.
that's the reverse
You
kind
know,
of.
and I think Louis touched on it last year or at the broadcast last night. Like, everyone's going to be up to play the Oilers this year. There are no free nights. You're going to have to bring it every night because teams are going to be fired up and excited to play you, and they're going to want to measure to see where they are. Like when you're a good team, or you're supposedly a good team, other teams, and I think your Buffalo's got a lot of young guys, and they don't like where they are right now. Like they're embarrassed to be where they are right now, so they have something to prove. And I just thought after an emotional win in Carolina, beating a good team, I just saw that there was going to be a dip, and it was one of those situations where they need their bottom half of that lineup to do something, and they haven't done anything.
No.
They haven't done anything, and so I think that's
Does the 5-1 though kind of surprise you?
Well-
like people could maybe see. I know a few people saying they either win 5-2 or they lose a tight one,
Yeah.
which would have been.
Like
But
the last 4 or 5 games against Buffalo have been 3-2
yeah,
in Buffalo.
Yeah, well, 5-1 with the empty net goal, 4-1.
yeah.
the
But
bad
it's
goal
still
in the
that's
third
kind of
period.
off-putting,
Yeah, it was like they were awful in their own end.
Yeah.
They were running around, not knowing where to get, standing beside guys in front. There was like
The fourth goal was that was the example of it all.
that was just the guy running around has all day to shoot the puck.
Yeah.
You got a defenseman standing right in front of your own goalie. You can't see a thing. The puck goes through the goalie. You're like, what a terrible goal. Like even the first goal, like like if you're a defenseman, that play's coming where a guy will back into hit the puck inside the net, try and back into the net, and then try the quick shot. But Jake Wallman's standing there, kind of looking around, not covering anybody.
There's been a lot of
That's
that
his
lately.
job to cut off that lane. Like a guy, cut off the lane, didn't do it. There's just too many passengers right now on this hockey team, and I think it's gotta, you gotta play your role. And I think Draisaitl said it. Everyone's got just play your B+ game and we'll be fine. But they're not. They're if McDavid and Draisaitl don't play their A game, and they're just carrying the rest of the team. Like those guys got to pull up their socks. Like pick up your end of the couch. Like it's just you gotta do it. Like it's one of those things that you're just not along for the ride. And I think there's too many guys that are right now are just along for the ride.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. So I kind of saw it coming because I know this team, and I know we talked to Hernan Salas about it yesterday on his show. And I said, be careful. Like if the Oilers don't bring it today, if they don't have the intensity, if they don't try and match that intensity, Buffalo, they could be ugly, and it is ugly.
It was.
And here we go, another slap in the face, another wake up call. But now they got
and they'll beat Washington
it's a tough
tomorrow.
back to back, right?
Yeah, well, Eric's it's funny, but it's kind of true because Washington hasn't had a great season. They've been kind of up and down as well. A lot of teams have.
I'm not saying they will, but you can just see that that's
the
always
way they
happened
do
with
it.
this team. It's like, they're gonna get relegated, and then the next game it's like, big cup conversation
Contender.
back on. Like that's the whole gulf and sway of it all.
Carolina, that's an example. They're going to lose tonight. Well, they won. Barely, but they did.
They did,
Yeah.
But again, those wins, overtime wins, and all that, you can't really, even in the successes this season, you're not pulling those away and being like, that's something to build up. That's
Well, I
something
think
to,
the only is there 4 regulation wins. on
yeah,
Yes.
there?
And they haven't won more than 2 in a row at all this season. But here's an interesting thing, too. And this was a theme that came up a bit yesterday. It was, it feels like they are now back on track after the Carolina win. And some people suggested that. And when it was suggested, whether it was a text or a comment by somebody in person, I just thought to myself, I'm like, what do you mean? What indicators are there that this team is back on track?
What track?
Yeah,
what is the track you're speaking
Which
of?
way are we going here?
Yeah.
Because they didn't.
They're out of the ditch and onto the dirt road, or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, that second period against Carolina was ugly. I mean, they survived it, then they won, but I don't know where the indicators to tell me that this team's back on the up and up.
But I think we all
Some people said it.
Looking at this road trip too, most people, listeners, viewers said 500 would be, and there's still
you
right.
gotta
So
say
that's
500
and
they're
that's
there.
still. I mean, so
That's still doable.
It's not heads falling off, but certainly the result last, aesthetically, just how it looks is, and against the opposition that it is. I mean, you wouldn't say looking at that trip, well, but as you point out, DVD, and that's with this team too. It's always the ones that it's the teams you should beat that you don't.
Yeah.
But then you'll get up for a game against and Lightning are banged up right now.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens. But again, 500. But we were talking too about the points, and the points are there. The parity in the West, we all see that, and that's fine. But it's those other numbers like the winning percentage and that type of thing, the goal differential, like those other numbers, I think spook you more for the long run.
We had a text last night that came in, and it was the disparity between McDavid and McKinnon right now. One guy is like plus 19, the other guy is -1, and McDavid's the -1 right now. Let me double check that. But yeah, that was the stat sent in. McKinnon plus 19, McDavid -1. Just saying was the text.
Just saying.
That
was the texter.
Yeah, that's what the texter said. All right, let's go to this one. It says, I know they are highly paid professional athletes, and this isn't supposed to be the case, but I'm starting to think maybe coming so close the last 2 years and not getting the job done has broken this team as a whole.
I don't know
You
about
buy that?
I don't know broken, but there is a bit
It's
of
a thought.
There is a bit of a downward trend here. Like it is tough because you've put in so much, emotionally and like psychologically, it does take a toll. Like it does take a toll putting in all that work for the last 2 years, getting that close and coming up short
Against the same team.
Against
That's
the
got to be
same team.
frustrating too, in a way,
Yeah.
psychologically, as you mentioned.
Yeah, and I know 2 years ago they were the better team. They felt they were the better team. They should have won that series. And I think like that's to me sticks to them more than last year was. Because I think last year they realized, okay, we weren't the better team. They were a little deeper. They were healthier. They had the better goalie. That's why they lost. But and it's an emotional and physical grind to get that far and to do it 2 years in a row, and then to try to do it 3 years in a row. Man, oh man! Like you need the horses, and you need the help, And right now this year they don't have the help, and they lost a lot of veteran guys, replaced them with a lot of younger guys, and the younger guys just aren't getting the job done. Isaac Howard didn't work out. You know, Savoy's doing good things running around, but he's not putting up numbers. Trent Frederick, they're still looking for him.
What did you call him? Trent Invisible, or
Someone did, yeah.
You know, or
Trent
so,
the Invisible.
The Invisible.
So, you know, Adam
moniker.
Henrique's game has dropped off. You know, Curtis Assar runs around, does a lot of good things, but he's not producing.
No.
Like, so like you eventually, like I said, these guys have to lift their end of the couch, and they're not doing that. And, you know, how much time do you give them to kind of assimilate and get used to a new team? You know,
will they or can they though? Because I mean,
Well, I don't
you're
know.
not really
That's-
expecting that from the Lazars of the world either.
That's
Like,
exactly-
no offense to him, but it's just
no, can they?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's his role, right?
You know,
it's
Tomaszek
not deep.
Obviously,
Right.
didn't work
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
You know, they thought this guy'd come in here and help out.
and it was
He's
all
not
based
working
on
out.
thought. It wasn't based on like, you know,
Well, he's a leading scorer in Sweden. We'll see if he can play.
Yeah,
I know he's
but-
29 years old. He's taking his kick at the can.
Yeah.
You know,
Roman Cervenka is the comparable I was given.
Roman
in the option.
Cervenka,
That's
yeah.
what I was told. They're like, think of Roman Cervenka. I was like, what? Who the hell's that? The guy in
Like,
Calgary?
well, to the point.
Yeah.
how many guys go from here to Sweden or the Czech Republic or those things and dominate and have great careers there? There's a reason. It's a big drop off.
Exactly.
And I said that to a lot of people. Hey, just because you were the leading scorer in Sweden doesn't mean you're going to come in here and light it up with the NHL.
Exactly.
Or else you would have been here already.
Right.
Right. And I think that's the one thing. So he's got some skill, but we'll see what happens with where going forward. And you know the one bright spot is Jack Roslovic. He's been the lone bright spot.
Where would they
far
be
this
without
year.
him?
Right. Like they'd be in trouble. So
And like situational goals to like not scoring like garbage. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
he's come up in
won
big
a lot of
moments.
games here.
Yeah.
and they're missing Nuge, obviously, and Hyman still has to kind of find his way. So those are big pieces, but this team with strength supposed to be defensively, and they're shambles in their own end. And
Oh,
that's
it's awful.
It's awful.
Their breakouts are sloppy. and
But is it personnel or coaching here?
I think it's personnel.
Yeah.
Like they should be veteran enough to know. And I think, again, it was pointed out on the broadcast last night. If you don't have a play, just don't dump it out. Skate the puck out. Skate the puck out. And there's a lot of times where they didn't skate the puck out, and it was pointed out they're making bad plays. They're making, cutesy passes that get caught in the zone. And then they get caught in the zone running around. Like, that's the one thing. It's, to me, if you get running around the zone, just go to the front of the net, cover the guy in front of the net.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't go chasing guys in the corner. Like, to me, the most frustrating thing, if I was a hockey coach, I would say to my defenseman, never leave the front of the net to go chase a guy in a corner. And you see it done at the highest levels all the time. Guys leaving the front of the net to go chase a guy in the corner and leave the front of the net wide open.
Oh, that temptation, hey?
Like, it is
Just
a
you can't-
temptation.
you can't
just
play
can't
it out.
go.
But you
the
just
guy
gotta-
the guy in front of the net's going to score, not the guy in the corner.
Yeah.
And that's something that should be drilled into young defensemen.
That's
at
a
a young
good.
age.
That's it's a simple phrase.
Yeah.
You phrased it there quite, but it makes a lot of
It makes a lot of
sense.
sense.
Like,
Don't go chase the guy in the corner, but you see it time and time again.
Derek, I never really thought of that.
Stats would show
Yeah.
the corner shot isn't exactly always.
Exactly. Then I
Percentages
gotta
there
go
are
from
not
there.
great.
So, yeah, it's one of those things. But right now, defensively, you thought, oh, this is gonna be the strength of the team. They're gonna be really good, and everyone keeps going back. Well, the Athletic.
That's that damn Athletic article.
Athletic. They thought they're gonna be the best defensive.
I don't know how you.
It's a curse.
Yeah. I
like,
don't
well,
know how
they're
you
not,
come up
because they're
with that
just-
concept and be like, this is a
They
great
are
article
just
idea.
Lost in their own zone at times when they turn the puck over, in transition, and it's just trying to break out. Like
Well,
there's
the
so-
breakout. That's a thing. That's
Well, I think teams are seeing, okay, if you put pressure here and pressure here,
then
they're
away
in
you go.
big trouble.
Yeah. And there's
Right? There's no one to skate the
workaround
puck
to
out.
that.
They can't skate the puck out. They don't have that one guy. You can give the puck to him, and he'll just skate it out of the
Yeah.
zone.
There was a point last year, I can't remember at which section of the season it was, but the focus became, let's be quick with our puck or head manning the pass. Quick ups, get through the neutral zone fast with efficient passes, because they were taking their time. They were regrouping. They bring it all the way back behind the net. And then finally the emphasis changed, and it got to a point where it's like, up, tempo, go. And there was a very good improvement in the team. They started to play better, play a little more pace. Passes became sharper. They made sense when they made the plays. I'm sitting there watching these games this week, and I'm like, what happened to like stretching the defense and and putting an emphasis on pace and quickness, because that was when they had success with it a year ago.
It's been answered, right? Like it's been, and even down low, like even getting it in. Now let's move into the zone here. Like a guy like
get in the zone
there's no
and
physicality
circle
to cycle
around.
and everything like that. And it's all, again, like the shot totals from the blue line last night. Nurse, I think, leading the charge. I mean, if you're looking at those numbers and saying, well, all the shooting in the I guess call it a threat or lack thereof coming from that perimeter, well, that's not a recipe for success.
No, for sure. You gotta get dirty. You gotta get in those hard areas, and they don't have enough guys to do that.
Like they don't have the guys to do that. Like that's right. Like that's what we're saying.
should.
Well, they should.
They aren't doing it.
They're not doing it.
Yeah.
But are the guys they have the guys to do it? I guess. I don't know.
Some of those guys.
So
have
I think at some point you're gonna have to take a hard look at this roster and go, okay, changes need to be made. Where do we gotta make those changes?
In the summer, because again, we said this might be one of those years that just you kind of gotta.
You know
right?
what? You may have to bite the bullet on this year and go, okay, let's regroup. And then we
can't.
got 2 years to take
Well,
another shot at this thing.
You can't.
I don't know.
You can't, but that's
It might just be. It might
Changes.
just. It might just
There needs to
happen.
be an evolution to the roster, but
Yes.
the onus has to be on winning. Even though I don't think
It should
it will
always be,
happen
but-
this year, but
No, but I think you look at the Oilers and maybe this is the year they get upset in the first round, or maybe this is the year they fall a little short. Like it's just. It's one of those things, like I said, they've been so invested the last 3 years.
it's tough to say this is the cup year with prior
Well, you look
rosters
at the
we've
last
seen.
4 years, how they went to the Western Conference Final, lost to Colorado. They should have beat Vegas, and that was essentially the Cup final.
Yeah.
Because the next 2 rounds were cakewalks for Vegas, right? Losing the final. Like that's a lot of investment for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
And it wears on you, grinds you down.
But all 4 of those better than what we're seeing right now.
No, for sure.
And you can predict that if you.
Yeah.
Bones texting and says, I want to time travel to March and see how they're playing then. The conversation is exactly the same as the last 2 years. Yeah, that was kind of what I was saying. Okay, I'll throw this at you. We got about 10 minutes left in the show. Chris Knobloch's name has been coming up more. And people last night on the post-game show were saying, fire the coach. And I'm like, guys, just signed an extension. Like, I understand the frustration.
Somebody's got to wear it, and all
Yeah,
that.
and you guys have Wyshynski, and you're saying the mistakes, he would take the fall for the construction of the team, and I think it was you that pointed out, but you said the construction of the team. How is that his fault?
Well, and also too, and I Gulletson, and we've talked about Coffey and his influence, not necessarily in an X's and O's thing, but with Bouchard sometimes. So, but again, Knobloch's the figurehead. He's the head coach, and I think it's very easy. I think his demeanor doesn't lend him a lot of favors when things go awry, because then people are like, well, this guy clearly doesn't care. Look at him. He's soft spoken and he says all these like cutesy words, and so it's. I can see where people just flock to that and say, well,
Somehow.
you're to blame.
Yeah.
Well, it's a simple fix, right? Like, how many coaches have they gone through here?
That's the
5 in the last 7
Right?
years.
Like, it's fire the coach,
did
fire the coach, fire the
exercise.
coach, and then
Yeah.
coach goes and has success in another place. And, why did we get rid of this guy? He's having success here.
Yeah.
It's just a simple fix. It's the same thing as blaming the goalie for every loss. It's a simple fix, but you're right. It's the construction of the team, and they took a lot of chances. They took some gambles here.
that's the thing.
Noah Felp, they took a gamble on him. Can he play in the NHL? We're still out. Isaac Howard, Trent Frederick,
Tomashik.
Savoy. Like, you got guys that are unproven guys that are coming in
Right.
and supposed to help your hockey team. Well, they're unproven. And so, will Savoy be a good player? Yeah, he looks like he has got talent to be able. I think Isaac Howard would be a good player, but they're still in that development stage.
Yeah.
Right? So Noah Felp is Noah Felp. He's what he is. Curtis Asar is what he is. So you start going down the list, and you got 7 or 8 forwards that are kind of just there. Like, they're really not contributing a lot. They're just taking up ice time, waiting till McDavid and Draisaitl catch their wind so they can come back out on the ice. Like, you need more than that. You need them to contribute.
And I think Noodles mentioned this. I think it was Noodles. Henrique is probably, I think he said, showing his age. Like, we're going for unproven guys, but the proven guys too. That
Yeah,
there's a few of them
Henrique is
that,
not getting it done, right? Like, it's Nugent Hopkins got off to a great start, and missing Hyman for the first 2 months.
I like
of the
how
season.
like we all said when Hyman gets back, watch it. Now it's when Nuge gets back.
Look out.
Then,
Yeah.
now that can be the narrative. That's a soft narrative there,
Yes.
if you will.
That is true.
Kapanen. Once Kapanen.
I hope we never say that because I
Once
don't
he
think
gets back,
there's
you
any
just wait, Tommy.
physical play, dig it in.
Start of
Go
December.
hard, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you're throwing Kapanen, throwing Yanmar.
Sure.
You got a lot of pretty generic players on
Yes.
this roster.
Yeah.
No offense, but
True. I like this text that came in. I'm laughing about. It just says, Tommy, everyone knows it isn't the lineup. It's the media's fault for not motivating the players with the winky
I can't believe it took us this long to
right
get to that.
Well played. Well played.
We
well
did
done.
blame the Athletic for the.
Yeah, we did. We did. And then I think I did a rant. Somebody texted in and it's like, you guys need to get Darnell Nurse to play better. And it's like, how is it our fault? Like, we could only, we're telling the story.
He's got to
asking the
put that
questions.
mic closer. He's got to
Yeah, like poke him in the face. Be
come
like,
on.
yeah.
wait,
Get a little in
why
there.
did you do that? You gotta be better. I'm going to hit you with this. All right. Dave in Section T texted and said, guys, the railway went from Moose Jaw to Chicago. Saskatchewan grain and Canadian distillers did well during Prohibition. So they're a bit of a history lesson as we kind of went into Prohibition, talking about bars on the road and some of the cool
in Chicago,
ones.
it's another great town too. I did the
Phenomenal city.
I did the riverboat tour in Chicago, where they give you like that's fantastic. You just go down the river and they give you the history of this building and that building, and this is where Capone had a place. This like it's
Nice on a boat because you're not going
Yeah,
too like
yeah.
you just is nice steady.
yeah, nice steady, and it's that's if you ever go to Chicago, I recommend those riverboat tours. They're really awesome. But like I said, I'm a history guy. I studied history in school, so I love all that stuff.
You ever been
I
to
still watch the
Minot,
History
North
Center.
Dakota?
I have
think
not,
I have.
but I have some guy. I know some guys that got to play football there. Minot, North Dakota.
I went to the whole Custer battle there, that whole area.
yeah.
Speaking of history, that was
Cool.
really awesome. Yeah, it was neat to see.
Do they have it set up like it was?
Yeah,
in,
there's
what was
people
it,
in like
1800s?
costume and stuff, like that type of thing. You know, like
Reenactment,
that
yeah.
type of. But it's you're like, this happened on this ground. Like it's
Yeah.
kind of it's neat to be at a ground where you know history is kind of all that.
I went to the
battles.
Alamo. It's
Yeah,
similar to
like
that. It's very small.
okay,
Yeah, you go to it. You're like, this is the Alamo. That's it.
like
And-
Jerry.
Yeah,
Very.
exactly like that.
it's just
Yeah,
like-
you're like, that's it, huh? That's the Alamo.
That's all right, I guess.
Yeah.
They sure talk about it, and it's just this.
You're like, okay, so this was a what was it? Was it like priests at the Alamo? Was that what it was? Anyway, they protected it. And
I just
Davy Crockett was
it's on
there.
King of the Hill. I think they
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Talk about the Alamo.
Peggy goes there or something. I can't remember.
It's smarter. It's smaller than it looks. And then what was the other one? You brought up something, and I was like,
Minot.
Minot, North Dakota. Yeah, I've driven through Minot, North Dakota. That's cool though. Was that Custer's Last Stand? No,
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
Yeah.
with all that.
that's neat.
Yeah.
A couple of texts. Dash says needing Kapanen for physicality is like saying we need Ryan McLeod for his net front presence.
Yeah, I
It's-
didn't actually mean any
No,
of
no,
that.
I know.
It was all tongue in cheek.
And Dash is making a point too. It's a sad state if that's where the team's physicality improvement needs to come from. Good point by Dash. Haji says, I'm not aware of any media making death threats towards members of the team. I'd blame fans way before the media. Tom, did you see the basement at the Alamo? Rumor has it there's a very important bike down there. I feel like that's an inside joke. Did you see the basement? What's that from?
Is it a speakeasy down there? Like you take the bike and you move it and you go into a bar?
Is that a Seinfeld
I-
reference? Maybe. But yeah, the Alamo is very, it's small. Heavy Oil Country says, I haven't seen McDavid turn the puck over so easily in his own zone. There's no way Buffalo's third line should have been able to handle McDavid's line the way they did. It's the same defense as last year. How much does this team miss coffee? Kulak looks pedestrian most nights. It's also on the coaching. Everybody's bringing up the basement of the Alamo. What am I missing here, you guys? I'm going to look it up. Alamo basement.
Maybe it's really small.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been to
I
the
had a
Alamo,
joke.
so basement of the Alamo.
Oh, it's Pee Wee Herman
Ah,
from
Oh,
19.
Pee Wee Herman's bike is in
Yeah.
the Alamo.
okay.
He was told his bike is in the
Oh,
basement.
okay.
Yeah,
Basement
the
of the
Alamo.
Alamo.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that now.
Visitors will frequently ask about it. Alamo staff acknowledge the joke's pop culture legacy.
Yeah.
The joke has even been referenced by the Alamo itself, which has a history of engaging with the reference, including
Pee
putting.
Wee Herman lost his bike, right? He went to
yeah.
that's Pee Wee's Big Adventures about getting him trying to get his bike
It's nice
Yeah.
for the Alamo to.
and it was in
Play
the
off that,
basement of the Alamo.
They have put the bike on display there before.
Okay.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's all coming together.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. Okay, I get it. All right. I vaguely remember Pee Wee Herman. Do you remember watching?
I was never I remember watching the show, but I
Yeah.
was never like I can't. References like that right over the
That
head.
one? I
don't.
mean, 85. You're in 85 too, right?
Alive in '85. Yeah.
So I was not even born when that movie. Probably
More of an
came.
Ernest guy myself.
Yeah, Ernest was good.
Ernest saves the Alamo. That type of thing.
Here's one. Oh, Dash says, do you guys think that there's a chance they might fire an assistant coach in order to make a statement?
I don't know what kind of statement an assistant coach makes, to be honest. They brought in these new guys. Like if anyone's going to take the fall, like it chased out the goalie coach, remember?
Yeah, I do.
So they got rid of the goalie.
Everybody
Everyone's
talks
chasing out
about
the
it.
goalie. Going and talking about it. New goalie coach got a huge ovation at the opening night. I was like, that was pretty cool.
It's kind of funny. Like, I mean,
If anyone's head's on the chopping block, I think who's Mark Stewart's running the defense, and the defense playing so poorly. But I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think that's the problem. I think these guys are veterans. If they're young rookies making all these mistakes, then you can look at the coaching and say, hey, you're not guiding them. But they're veterans. They've been around forever making these elementary mistakes and bad mistakes. And there was that one rush a couple of games ago here at home when Darnell Nurse backed all the way up past his goal line, and the guy's in front of the net all by himself. Yeah. And they have that picture of, what are you doing beyond the goal line, backing up beyond the
Great
goal line?
question.
and you shouldn't need Paul Coffey on the bench to,
to say, dude,
as you say,
To play slap
or
pass
get
in front of
him
your net.
get him to video call before every game if that's what it takes.
Just
but it
stop in
should
front
be.
of your net.
Right.
Yeah.
The guy in front of your net is the danger guy. That's the guy you want to get. And I think, and I see so much, and I saw it last night with a woman. He's so concerned about this guy over here and allowing the guy to walk through the front of the net. Like, that's the danger guy.
I love how you're pointing at the guy in the corner.
Not going to hurt you.
It shouldn't.
This guy
This is the guy.
is going to hurt you.
This is the guy.
Atif says, will the real Oilers please stand up because I can't? Oh, Atif.
Yeah, he's in a wheelchair.
He is.
Yeah,
That's the joke. That's the joke there. Really quickly, assistant coaches getting fired. I do recall 2017-18, things were not going particularly well for the Oilers that season and didn't. Obviously, they missed the postseason. We were on a road trip. I think it was a 4-gamer. It went through Washington and then maybe the New York area. Anyway, word around the team was that if things didn't go well on that trip, assistant coaches would probably be let go. They ended up going 2-1-1. It spared them their jobs for that season at least. So that's the last time I remember something to that effect actually coming to fruition. It is so early right now with these new coaches that have been brought in to fill the holes that were left behind by Glenn Gulletson and Dustin Schwartz. I don't know if they're ready to do that.
Glenn Gullickson's doing in Dallas, right? He's got a good team, mind you, but
Yes.
Yeah,
he's doing well in Dallas.
very well.
So, but yeah, I don't know how much you put on assistant coaches. They just spend the time. Most
It
times
doesn't
in
make
meetings,
a statement to say it's
they're
going
in
to be.
meetings and they pick up the pucks at practice. Like, right?
Yeah, basically.
Basically, that's their job.
Okay, we'll do a really quick edition of Over Under brought to you by Play Alberta. Okay, they have these back-to-back games against Washington and Tampa, and then they wrap up the trip on Saturday against the Florida Panthers. Over Under for, let's just go this back-to-back, half a win. Do they get one? Do they get two? Do they get none? DVD, you go first.
I think they get 2.
You go back-to-back wins?
Just for the back-to-backs?
Well, just for
Or do you want to do all?
best
You know
of
what?
3.
Extend it to 3.
Yeah, so I think they get 2 out of 3. I really do. Then they come home and everyone's like, "Oh, it's a good road trip."
Absolutely.
Then they got a slew of home games coming up, like a slew of home games.
Dallas, I think the first home game.
Yeah.
End of
But
the
it's
month.
next month. Is the end of the month? Like next month? Is it next month or is it in February where they're just
Where they're just at home the
they're
whole
at
time.
home the whole month?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. What do you got, Eric, for the
3?
back-to-back and then the 3? Yeah.
Back-to-back in the 3, and you're going wins here? Just wins?
I got half a win for the back-to-back, and then for the 3, over under.
Over half for the back-to-back?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.
Okay. 2 out of 3. I think they'll win 1 out of the 2 in the back-to-back, and then take advantage of a Florida team that's also reeling. Sort of.
yeah, Florida's struggling too. Like they're hurting their injuries.
They're both banged up,
Bobrovsky's not
Tampa
playing
and them,
great.
yeah. So it's a good time, I guess, to get them on the road, maybe, you could argue.
The Oilers next month They have a 5-game homestand. Then they go on the road for 5. Then they're back for 2. And then they're on the road for 2. And then wrap up.
So then it's in January then.
December 31st, 7:30 start at home against Boston. Have fun on New Year's Eve, boys. Yeah. Because I know I won't be.
Celebrating it in the arena again?
Yeah. We've done that before.
We'll
go to Kelly's after.
I don't know. Like,
Well deserved.
We've done that. We've done that.
you know, on New Year's Eve, I'd rather just go home, to be
Overhyped.
honest. Because everyone's having a great time.
for the birds.
Party.
Yeah,
you get there.
No.
And you're the only sober guy in the bar. You're like,
Just got to catch up.
it's not as fun when you're the only sober person in the bar.
Well, and when you realize there's time zones, like it's New Year's, but it's like it's already happened. Like it's played out.
Yeah.
You gotta be in that time zone where the world, like the first New Year to celebrate.
in Australia,
that's a true New
Japan,
Year's, right? Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
your, everything else is just a gross imitation.
Love it. Hey, thank you for
Thank
stepping
you.
outside. And thank you for coming in, DVD.
problem.
Big thank you to YouTube Trev as well. Another fun edition of the EST Hangout presented by Sentinel Storage. For Trev and Eric and DVD, I'm Tom Gazzola saying thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Coming up next, it's the Lock Shop live on location. Boston Pizza Devon. The rest of the shows today are there as we kick off Pizza for Ben. Pizzas from Boston Pizza from now until the 22nd. Proceeds will be going from those sales to the Ben Stelter Foundation. So get your pizza at BP, participating locations, and all going to a great cause. That's going to do it for another edition of The Hangout. Ciao for now. Lock Shop coming up next.
Let's go.
There you go, right in front of the camera.
First-time guest, long-time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Iwanek, Tom Zola with here. Joining us today,